Hello, hello, and happy holidays, Twitch, and welcome to the Neon Lights Holiday One-Shot, Children of Snowfair. My name is Tait Washburn, and I will be your GM this evening, and I have with me three lovely players who have acquiesced to join in on my holiday shenanigans. I would love if from the top right, rotating down to the bottom left, we had everyone introduce themselves with your name and your character's name, and what is your character's favorite sort of warm holiday drink? I believe we are starting then with, I think, Stephanie?
Yes. Hi, I'm Stephanie
Someone
Allen
over
of
there?
Turn Person Games. She, her. I am playing Mabel. What did I go with? Fireforge. Mabel Fireforge. She is a dwarven grandmotherly sorcerer, and she is definitely like wine aunt, but grandma. So she's definitely drinking like hot mulled wine. She is the kind of grandma who like
Mhm.
the kid is supposed to be not having alcohol, and she'll like a little in their spice. She's that grandma.
Mhm. An excellent grandma. Next, I believe, is Janie.
Hi, I forgot my name again. I think it's
Yes.
Janie. And I'm playing Ellie. Don't mind me forgetting everything. Just it's something that happens. But she's Ellie, and she would like to drink probably tea. She just has a lot little. She's got like this little pouch of tea she's always making.
Mm-hmm.
Pinch here, pinch
Yeah,
there.
no, I can respect that. Tea is good for all times of year. And last but not least,
It's me. I'm Danny. Or Danny's Corner everywhere. Yeah. Well, okay. Yep, Danny. So today I'm wait. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm Danny. My pronouns are she, they. Today I'm playing Flake. Our little little halfling cleric. And I think they would love a traditional little hot chocolate with like marshmallows in it. And way too much sugar, probably. I think that would be their drink.
mm-hmm. Well, that is perfect for the holidays, in my opinion. Yeah, today for our holiday one-shot, you three are very classic sort of D&D adventurers who have been in a party before, you have gone adventuring, you are known friends, and you are also known in the very small town of Snowfair. It's at the foot of the mountains, it's pretty small. You've already passed several of the buildings that are technically part of the town and have just arrived in sort of the town center, although it's very spread out and small. And you start hearing the gentle music and bustling of a town that is prepared for a winter festival. And it is the day before the sort of winter equinox, where many, many different cultures and peoples tend to celebrate sort of the birth of the new year. What I'd love is if you guys would give us, everybody, a quick description of your character and what they look like as we sort of enter this snowy town. In whatever order you would like.
I could go. So I believe you see sort of skipping in front of the group, sort of skipping into town. You see a very small, maybe 3 foot at most. It's sort of hard to tell what they are. You see, at first you see the big hat, a big purple hat, and then a sort of green cloak that covers where the mouth should be. But trying to see the face of this person is very difficult because when you look, it's sort of just like a void, it looks like, and it's sort of hard to really tell what's going on there. But looks like a happy void. you see like these sort of golden glowy eyes, and there's like they have like this sort of purple. This isn't purple, but the character has this sort of purple scarf that's sort of flowing in like the cold winter air, along with their very very long green cloak that sort of covers the rest of their entire body. You don't see their legs or their arms or anything, so it's just sort of this little tiny creature, a void creature, sort of skipping into town.
Yeah, I imagine you're probably sort of up in front as you're sort of skipping joyfully forward. What about the other two?
You see Mabel is a dwarf, but she's kind of short even for a dwarf. So she's like probably just shy of 3 feet, I think. And she's got, you know, big like gold old lady cat eye glasses. She's got like big like costume jewelry pearl earrings on, and is wearing like a green like top, and she's got like a bright red cloak pulled over top of that, and wearing like trimmed in fur, and she's got like a matching red hat with like matching fur. She's wearing like that old lady bright pink lipstick. I don't know about you guys, but like all the old ladies I know who like still like dress up like that, it's that old lady pink. It's like a too bright and not natural.
Yeah.
Not like a pop fun pink. It's very specific old lady pink, and like too much like rouge on, like, and she's just like chattering around with her like staff with the gold focus at the top, just like talking overly friendly with every single merchant, buying trinkets and stuffing them into her way too full bag. She is clearly enjoying the holiday scene here.
We'll say there were a lot of merchants on your way in, so those might be from the previous town over.
Yeah, she's here to try to buy even more gifts for her grandkids, even though she's definitely got too many for them already.
I'm gonna say towering over the other two of you. So she's like 5'9" or something, but compared to you two, she's towering over you.
She's the tall friend.
He is wearing a kind of a teal blue and a lot of white and teal blue. She's got long hair that's black and red that's kind of tied back with a thing that ties hair. And her I forgot to put it in her picture, but her eyes are kind of glowy. She's a Kalish star. I think I said that right. I don't care. But she's just, you know, she's laggy behind. I think she's kind of laggy behind, and she catches up as she's adding her. She's got a flask, and she's adding bits and pieces of tea to it, like she's blending a tea as she goes.
Already planning for the inn, which you are here for the inn. You guys can decide if you're here for the festival in particular that's happening tomorrow, or on your way somewhere else. But it's getting late, and this is probably the only place to stop for miles and miles. You could maybe get like a little farther today and camp, but you have sort of decided, no, we'll spend time at the inn. It's a small town.
Yep.
It'll be pretty cheap.
I make my special sleep time blend of tea. That's what I'm doing as we walk.
Yeah. Now, what I'd love, as you guys... Oh, sorry, what did you say?
So don't want to mix that up with the awake tea.
Yeah. That would be a problem. What I'd love as you enter town is some perception rolls, actually.
Ooh.
It started.
We're already perceiving.
Already perceiving.
Oh, well.
For the audience at home, that was a 9.
I got it. Yeah, I got a 9.
23.
Damn.
And 18.
Damn.
You might be tall, but you'll see it.
I just can't see.
Well, honestly, I think the thing that we're really perceiving is quite short. There are 2 children in small little snow forts, one to your right and left, who they look like regular piles of snow up until the last second, and they both pop up, several snowballs in hand, and attempt to pelt all of you. The only one who was caught by surprise is, in fact, Ellie. Or no, sorry,
Flake.
yeah, Flake, who rolled a 9. The other two of you, you can dodge out of the way if you'd like, or join in as a small wave from either side of snow is flung at you.
I think I will definitely kind of like dodge up the way and be like, Heaven, Betsy, what are you doing? Stop this! This is no! I'm an old lady! You can't be I'm very disappointed in you.
So while you're saying that, I'm getting
Excellent.
a snowball.
Yeah.
And we're throwing it at you or the kids. Which one?
Regardless, you can just like, if you want to see how good you are at throwing snowballs, I'll let you roll for it.
Yeah, sure, why not? What am I rolling?
I don't know, D20 plus Dex plus proficiency. I don't know, I feel like I can give you proficiency in snowballs.
Proficiency in snowballs.
Are you proficient with snowballs?
Okay, let me see what my dex is. That's 7 plus 2 plus 3. So 12?
12. I mean, it's a pretty good throw. Some lob to it. It's the kids can kind of dodge it a bit, but they still do have to. It would have got them. And then they giggle. And you hear from just to the right of you, the blacksmith and one of the sort of local woodsmen were talking. The blacksmith shouts out, Luva, Gaizo, stop bothering the guests. And the two little girls like giggle and sort of go back into their snow fort and may still attempt to get you guys with snowballs as you enter, but
That's not
The,
very
black-
in keeping with the solstice. It's not good solstice spirit. If you want gifts, you better behave better.
Please,
they giggle.
all at you. Just a tiny one. Is that okay?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah. Just because she's does that sometimes. It's just-
Yeah, roll it.
Let's see. Okay, that's even worse. That's a 10.
Hyatt maybe is generally in her direction.
I mean, it's not too far off. I'm a wizard. I've only got an AC of 12.
That's fair. Feel like 10 minutes, you definitely hit the stationary target, technically. But yeah, and as this is happening, the blacksmith, Ammius, who you've met before, it says, Hail and well met, adventurers. Are you here for our festival?
Can I say, Flake, this entire conversation has been under a pile of snow because of all the snow that was thrown at them that they did not dodge.
Oh, avoid it all. Oh no.
No. So, like, this entire thing, there's just been a pile of snow where Flake was standing. But then their little head sort of pops, one of the little hat first sort of pops out of the snow. And they're like, oh, what festival? Well, actually, I knew there was a festival, but what's happening at the festival?
Yeah, Ammius sort of rubs the back of his head sheepishly. It's like, well, we're a pretty small town, but, you know, the folks from around and even farther outside of town, we're just going to come by to the inn, and we have it all set up for a bit of a feast and some music, and we have some gifts that we were going to exchange, and he looks kind of sheepish, and the woodworker in front of him, like, he has a big old bundle of what looks like wood for a fire, and he just like leans in and gives him an elbow. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna give some gifts to just somebody. And he starts the blacksmith just blushes a little.
Oh, gift exchange for a sweetheart, maybe?
Well, that would be, I think, appropriate at the festival.
Oh, you have to tell me everything. Tell me everything. Who is it? Who is it? You guys?
It's like, oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't want to give away the surprise.
Tell me.
We would never tell.
You guys are a little bit.
I would never tell anyone, and you guys would all know that, like, Mabel can't keep a secret to save her life. That she's immediately gonna tell it to somebody else, like the first person she sees. I would never tell anyone, Amius. Take it to my grave.
He's like, oh, well. He's like, oh, well, I mean, and the woodworker's like, he has it for the mayor. And, the mayor's a lovely woman who you can actually see across the way as she is leaving the sort of town hall area.
That would be quite. I hope you got her a good gift.
Oh, yeah, well, and he's going to talk more, but then you do hear actually the mayor calls out because her son, her child, is sprinting through the center of town, nearly knocking some people over, having a grand old time, it seems. You hear him call out his name of, darn, I have all these written down. Gun Trick. Gun, you better not be bothering the woodsman and the blacksmith and all the people who are going to make us a very nice party, or you're not going to get to enjoy it. And is lecturing him from a distance, and he seems to be paying very little mind.
Yeah, come here. I'm gonna wave him over. I'm gonna like pull out some candy from my pocket.
Yeah. Actually, I'd love you to roll me persuasion to see if you could catch this child's.
Flake is also doing grabby hands for the candy once you pull it out.
That's a 15.
Mm-hmm. 15. Oh yeah, you got him.
Yeah, I'll give a piece to Flake as well, and then I will very pointedly not give a piece to Ellie. I'll just kind of at her.
How many gifts do we need to have?
What was that?
How many gifts do we need?
Oh well, it's not like the blacksmith starts, but the mayor Amalia sort of gets up next to her own child in front of you, and it's like, oh well, it's not required if you're going to stay. It's simply a tradition that we like to have, but it seems unfair to make people have to, especially when we've all come together to make such a wonderful feast. And yeah, the few people who are in town right now do seem like they're all busy handling something.
Oh, is that tonight or is that tomorrow? The gift giving.
Oh, we like to do it tomorrow. It'll be more in the
We'll be able
middle
to
of the
get something at the
day lunchtime.
fair. You're having a little festival. I've got some great recipes. I can make you a great salad.
That would be very appreciated. I do believe we have some. We have some tinkers and some merchants coming in. They come by this time of year. Hopefully, with the weather being how it's been, and you can tell it's snowing a little, but definitely there's a blizzard coming in. Like it's hopefully no one gets stuck on the road.
Well, I've got a great hot punch recipe. It's traditional for the holidays, been passed down in the Fireforge family for generations. It just puts you in a great mood, really just gets your heart all warm. Might even put you in a mood for a little flirting, a little holiday romance. And I'll like very conspicuously kind of like nudge the blacksmith with my elbow.
He's a large man with bright red hair, and his face is maybe redder than his hair at this moment. Things to, ma'am, he says to the mayor, and then walks into his shop.
I will lean in and be like, oh, such a strong boy. He's gonna make some lady very happy.
It's like, oh, well, I just hope he finds someone to make him happy. It's been a long time since his wife passed, and he's raising 2 little girls on his own. It's not easy, I assume.
Aww. Are you close with them?
I keep an eye on everybody in town.
Oh,
and you see the two
those girls
there's
need a
also-
good, strong mother figure. You should step in. You should be a presence in their life. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
You see the two little girls, like, that pelted you, their heads poke out from their little snow forts, and the mayor just, like, not mean, not even coldly, just gives them a look, and they both just, snowball still in hand, go back into the snow fort.
See, they need a strong, powerful woman like that in their lives. Right, Ellie? Right, Flake?
Yeah, you should be that. You should get married.
What? I was looking for getting. You should get married.
Oh,
Are you two getting?
Jean smells like, what we should do is get you into the inn if you're going to be staying tonight. I'm sure Rasha would love to get your rooms settled before she has to deal with any more of the festival plan.
Congratulations on the wedding.
Well, maybe there should be a wedding later, but first they should have some punch and get to know each other more.
yeah,
You
yeah.
said babies? What? I wasn't listening.
Let's go with the inn, Allie.
No, but you already have 2 kids, Ellie.
So you guys sort of make your way towards the top right of town, I guess the north east in this case, and see the inn. It is just called the Snowfair Inn. This is a small town. They're not going to really come up with some fancy name. It's not like there's another inn in town for it to compete against.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you see.
Huh.
You see, Rasha is currently with her trusty large mastiff at her side, is talking to 2 twin boys who are holding what look like sticks that they have fashioned as what young boys do into swords. One of them has a stick that is broken, and the other has a very obvious, like, black eye welt on the side of his head. And you don't look at each other, they mostly look kind of sheepish as she is also scolding them. And it's like, I told you to be careful. And this is what happens when you start swinging away at your brother. Is the conversation you come up to.
Are they? Like Flake's like sort of inches back a bit to whisper to Mabel and Ellie. They were fighting.
Looks that way, yeah. It looks like they're getting in a little bit of trouble right before the solstice.
They're not gonna get candy.
They're putting their presence in danger by being naughty.
Oh no.
What? I'm trying to get these gifts ready. What are you talking about? I'm so confused.
Oh, they give gifts tomorrow.
I know. I'm trying to get enough together. I don't know how many to have.
Oh, you don't have to get any gifts. But, maybe just, like, helping out with the dinner or something would be a nice gift.
Yeah. I'm gonna give everyone a pet rock.
That's
Rasha hears you and turns. It's like, oh no, we wouldn't have guests helping with dinner. You are, valuable guests and customers that we should definitely find you a room. And gestures to her 2 kids. It's like, you 2 should go wash up and help with setting up while I show our guests into the inn. And both of the young boys sort of like sheepishly nod and then sort of like bow to you guys and scramble away into the inn in that sort of, especially twin brother way in my experience, where they're like holding each other back and racing the whole time. Nearly run into the closed door before opening it, that sort of thing.
Yep. Ugh, little scamps, huh? Not even the threat of the solstice will keep them behaving.
I don't know that they understand that they're even misbehaving. I think that's just how they are with each other.
Oof.
Rasha
Well,
says.
you know that when anybody else comes at them, they'll have each other's back, so. The more they wail on each other, the more they wail on other people to protect each other. I got 13 grandkids. I know what it's like.
She smiles, and you'll definitely have to tell me more. But first, and sort of gestures in, and you guys are brought into a very, small, quaint inn. Really, it's more like someone made a quite large log cabin. There's a smattering of chairs that have been pushed to the side, and there's one big long table that looks like it's a combination of all of them. Several people moving more chairs in, firewood. There's a small little stage where, like big enough for one person, where like a bard or someone would be performing. Stuff like that. As you are brought in. It's like, so, here for the festival then? We can get you a room for a few days if that helps, or will you be leaving in the morning?
We're planning to stay for the festival, right? Right, Flake? Right, Ellie?
Yeah, we can stay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, what's wrong, Ellie?
no, but I said I can stay.
Oh,
I
okay.
just see how many of these bags that I have, if I have enough of them to give away.
Oh, well, we could probably make bags. I'm getting.
Well,
no, I'm not. But
Ellie like reveals that she has a bunch of bags of holding.
That's a gift.
I can make.
You trying to marry the mayor or the blacksmith?
No, I know how to make them.
We just make bags of
It's like,
holding. Wow.
Yeah, just
You could,
replicate item.
Why are we paying for anything? You could just fund the whole trip.
Yeah, that's how I make money when I'm not doing this. I had a shop and it kind of closed, but that's another story for another day.
My goodness.
It's like, well, that would be a very valuable gift. Thank you.
I don't have everybody.
Like, oh, well, you don't have to give it to everybody.
Maybe one per family. How about one per family?
Why don't you hand them out? You're
Russia?
kind of thing.
What's tomorrow?
Okay.
You'll be okay, Ellie. You're very sweet. You're very generous. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
I wish
I think it's while you're having this. I'm sorry, finish.
No, so I just wish I'd known ahead of time. I would have gotten something better.
I think it's while you're having this conversation that Rasha is like written down your names in her like ledger, and there is like an upstairs, and you guys have traveled through here before, so you're probably familiar. There's like 3 or 4 rooms at best up there, 1 or 2 of which are like quite small, and it's yeah, you're given rooms, and it's not really time to turn in yet, so Rasha says, well, we do have a small dinner. We're really more preparing and saving kitchen space for tomorrow, but there's some stew and bread if you would like. Can I do anything else for you before you turn in?
Well, the dinner sounds lovely, but maybe a mug of some hot wine. You got anything mulled? Any mulled wine?
Of course. And she sort of goes back into the kitchen and comes out in a second with some old wine.
Oh.
So you know, while you're waiting, I mean, and while the rest of the town isn't here, my boys do have a bit of a performance that they're practicing. Maybe you'd like to see it? They're quite musically talented.
I want to see.
Yes, I would love to see. You'd like to see it too, right, Ellie?
Yeah.
Yes,
I love
yes,
them.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Where are they
she
doing it?
sort of calls out. It's like, so that's Bessie, and the 2 boys sort of poke their head around the corner from the kitchen, and they're like, Mom, it's like, there's no buts, you need to practice. It's like, go on, get your instruments. And they this time slowly sort of trudge back around the corner, and in a bit they come back and they have a few little string instruments. It's like a lute and something that has a bow that you're not sure would quite qualify as like any real instrument you've seen. It seems way more handmade and maybe not standardized as much. But they mopily trudge out. They obviously are very embarrassed to be practicing in front of strangers.
I think seeing how like they're not like really getting into it. Like they're not excited to do this. I think you see Flake. So are they getting like on the stage that's in the inn?
Yeah, that's kind of the direction they're going, it seems like.
Okay. Then I think Flake goes to like plop themselves down on a chair, and they start doing like premature clapping, and then as they're clapping, they're gonna cast thaumaturgy, so that
Okay.
there's a second clapping sound, sort of like in another empty seat. So it's like so that they look over there, and it looks like they're ushering somebody to start clapping, but nobody's sitting there. And then a sound of clapping starts to erupt from there, and they just sort of like, I don't know your names, but good job. I mean, good luck. That's the better one. Okay, yes.
Mabel's clapping too. It's like, oh, this is what a treat! What a treat!
Yeah, they are, it seems, eventually warm up to the idea, and they do pick up their instruments, and they play. It's pretty good, honestly, for like, they're maybe 8-ish. So it's pretty good for their age. They're quite young. It's obviously not great, and it's a little bit, you know, if you've ever been to like a kid's band recital. But their mom seems very proud, and it's not bad for especially considering the quality of the instruments they're using. At the end, they sort of bow awkwardly, and they're not trying to do it, and then one brother like pushes the other a little bit while he's bowed down.
You know what? Ellie's going to give them a standing ovation.
Aww.
Mabel will immediately also stand
That's
up too.
Yeah, like
Clapping.
well.
Be like, oh, that
They're
was
more embarrassed now, but
wonderful,
they
boys.
bow.
Oh, so good. You're so talented. Oh, what a treat. What a treat.
Everyone, the whole village is going to love it.
Rasha is beaming. It's like, yes, they've been practicing very hard when they remember to do so, and both the boys.
So is this going to be a professional act?
It's like, oh, well, professional depends on how much they keep practicing, right? Yes, Mom.
Well, here, let me be the first to pay you then, because you musicians work hard. They work hard. Talent only takes you so far, but I can tell you boys have got it. You're gonna get there. And I'll like pull out and give them like a couple pieces of candy each. With the really good professionals get money, and with money you can buy a lot of candy.
Money can be exchanged for good service. No, yeah, they light up, and they almost like drop their instruments before their mom gives them a look, and they hold the instruments, but do manage to also grab a piece of candy and then go to put it away, kind of scrambling again. She's like, well, at least these aren't expensive instruments that we've made. As you hear clanging and clunking.
Oh, kids.
Well, thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Asha, that was a treat. A treat.
Are there any more
Yeah, I
performances
just hope
we
they-
can applaud?
Oh, well, that's all in this household, but there should be more tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, you haven't touched the mulled wine yet, but, and then she pours you guys some glasses.
No, I've definitely been drinking the whole performance.
Yeah, okay, then you got it.
It's like
You're
a bit of
unmuted there,
a
Janie.
stronger flush in Mabel's cheeks.
You're muted, Janie.
Jenny, I'm muted.
Oh, yeah. Can
There
I
you
just
go.
have some for my tea?
Yeah, she'll get you some hot water. It's like, oh, of course. And, afternoon becomes evening and starts to become night. Was there anything else you want to do before you guys sort of turned in?
Jenny, redo.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think Flake spends a lot of the afternoon. You see, Flake tends to sort of stick to her two friends, Mabel or Ellie, usually. But when they're in this sort of town space, and this is unusual for the group to notice, Flake sort of stands just sort of like in front of like sort of near the center of the town, but closer to where the entrance is. Like sort of leaning towards more where the entrance would be. And it's sort of just like they just sort of stand there very politely, and it's sort of like they just keep looking out. And you can't see like their hands or anything, but it sort of looks like there's some sort of fiddling with their hands underneath their cloak. And they do that until the evening, which is not a strange thing for them to do, which is just to stand around and stare. That's just a flake thing. If they get attacked by snowballs, that's probably a fair thing that will happen. They will let it happen, and then there will just be snow collected at their feet. But that's their afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
I'm gonna say that Ellie will she will take inventory of her bags, all of her magical artificer things. She said a lot of
Yeah. I mean, you can ask for clarity, and it's like, oh, most people don't give more than like one or two, so you have enough if you want to give out gifts. You can definitely use it to exchange gifts. Some people just bring a gift to be like, it's wrapped up, just exchange it with someone to see what they get, so you'll
have to
probably very popular. Figure it out.
I have to wrap them too. Mabel, can you help me wrap
Rosh is
all
like,
these gifts?
Of course.
Rosh is like, oh, well, I have some butcher paper that we can use, and maybe we can sussy up and.
Oh, butcher paper.
You can go see it.
Right. Yeah, we should get some paints from somewhere, and like Mabel does like a whole like crafty thing where like we'll like track down ribbon and like we'll like teach Ellie how to like fold them really pretty and like very cleverly so like the paper tucks into itself and you don't even need to really tie it up, but like it still looks nicer, and like ties little ribbon bows and writes like helps to draw cute little pictures on the paper. Like she's super into this.
Before you help, Ellie's presents are wrapped terribly. Like you can see maybe that's part of why people didn't go to her shop, because she just was just like ball with the paper around it.
Oh, this is such a good start. It's a good start, Ellie. But we're just gonna refine it a bit. We'll just tweak it a bit. Like Mabel tries really hard to not make you feel bad about your terrible wrapping job.
Oh, it's just they're going to unwrap them anyway. We don't need to wrap anything.
But it's just nice. It's just nice. It just looks pretty. It's like your food doesn't have to look good, but isn't it nicer to see the real fancy cakes?
Yeah, I don't eat food that looks gross.
Well, some people don't want gifts that aren't very aesthetically pleasing.
Well, you just like throw them at them as we go, see if they'll catch it.
Yeah, I will do. Mabel does her best to like teach you like some tips of like how to wrap well.
What if we just get a cannon and just shoot gifts out of it?
I mean, that could be fun. We'd have to be careful we didn't hurt anybody, but yeah, that could be fun.
Get really far away. Like we don't just go up to somebody like right next to them and like shoot the gift at them, because that would knock them over probably.
We could get a very tiny cannon.
Yeah.
We'll fold the bags up real little and stuff them in.
I wonder if I can make one.
Well, for now, let's stick to this. I think for now, perhaps we should stick to this.
Oh, right, the wrapping.
But that's a good idea for the future. You keep that one, pin it up there. We'll come back to it.
And I believe these are the conversations that you guys have as you tuck in for the night. Just out of curiosity, do you guys get separate rooms, one room? How do you guys sleep?
Mabel snores horrifically. Horrifically snores.
Flake is fine with getting room. The thing with Flake is they don't sleep. So whatever room they get, like Flake will just be standing outside of it. So whether we get one room or two rooms, it's like Flake will just be sort of outside of it. Wherever you will go. So it depends on Ellie.
Ellie sleeps like a log wherever she is. She's just gonna be out.
And I guess probably we all get one room then to like split the
Yeah.
money because nobody cares that Mabel snores so loud.
That's why we stick together.
Perfectly
So,
And so it is the night before the solstice, and all through the inn. Not a creature is stirring, not even a djinn. Although, that's not exactly true, as deep into the night, late, there are some noises. I believe you say, Flake, you don't sleep.
No, I'm just standing outside the room. Like right outside the door, though.
Yeah, if you would like, you could roll me some perception, probably.
Oh boy. There's a
This isn't big
shenanigans
enough.
afoot. Perception?
Yes. Or whatever you think would be for hearing.
It's okay. I got a 7.
Oh,
For the audience at home, got a 7.
I got 7.
I'm getting to see
You
where
don't
Flake got their
really-
name from.
That's so bad.
You don't
I can't help it.
you don't really hear a lot of specific noises. Definitely there's, the wind outside, and there is still some activity. I think that you're attuned to the sound of horses and cattle in their places near the inn and in other buildings. But then you hear someone cry out, not in pain, but in shock. And another. And very soon, there's one from inside the inn. And then a flurry of steps, and you're outside the room.
Yes.
You see coming up the steps. Oops, I need to be on the right layer to do this. Roll 20, everybody. The mayor, the blacksmith, and the innkeeper have all come to your room, and they do not seem calm. They seem quite afraid.
Oh,
What would you do?
Are they saying anything, or are they just like running up and they just look scared?
Well, you have a chance to do something before.
Oh, okay. So
they
yeah,
do
Flake
anything.
looks at them
and he said, "Oh, good night. You all don't look good. So what's wrong?"
It is the mayor who's sort of out front, but the other two are talking, and it's hard to hear exactly what they say, but it's very quickly. There's been, and the mayor, hush. Adventurers, you have to help us. Our children are missing. Someone has taken them.
and you see Flake's eyes like light up a bit. And immediately they almost start rushing towards them. But then they pause and they're like,
Okay, wait.
okay, hold on. And then they will go to the room and open the door. And run up to where Mabel and Ellie are sleeping and sort of nudge them both at the same time.
And they say, "We have to save. We have to do a save."
What?
Good morning. There are
Good
children.
morning
missing.
already? I feel like I just went to sleep.
Well, you did, but there are children missing, so we have to make up and save them now.
What?
There's danger.
The mayor and the other two are behind Flake in the door. It's like, we're sorry to wake you, but we don't know where else to go or who else to ask. Someone has taken children from the village.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
Is it
That's not
Mabel? Is it because they misbehaved before the solstice?
It probably
let's just go get them. Let's
Where
find
are
them and
you?
get.
right. Yes, and like Mabel will like fish around and like put her glasses on.
Yes.
All right. Well, tell us what you know. When did you notice they were missing? Where were you last see them? there any tracks? Where have you looked already?
It's like, well, it's from each of our homes right here in town, and we didn't hear a thing. Follow us. And the mayor sort of gestures to the innkeeper, who takes you down the stairs, and you see that sort of like tucked behind the kitchen is a kind of a small living quarters, and there is her, like she has one bedroom off that is hers, a small room that seems to be, I don't know, like a tiny little like book nook almost, like the what passes for a library, and then another room that when she opens it is obviously the two young boys. It's a very small set of handmade bunk beds and a window which is open. And if people want to roll me investigation, they can learn more about that.
Here we go.
Also take a perception, but then I won't give you conclusions, just details that you have to draw conclusions from yourself.
16 for investigation. And you said perception as well?
16. One or the other, not both.
I also got a 16 for investigation.
Okay. So I got a 6. Okay.
Man, you're getting the bad ones out early. You're getting the bad ones out early, let's say.
You're right. You're so
Sure,
right.
sure.
I'm just so small, and there's just so much room.
I'm smaller.
Listen, I weird
Looks like you are distracted by some of their very good like toys and things.
Yes.
Ellie and Mabel, you two do notice a few things. One, the latch on the window is not broken. Neither is the glass or the frame. And you can also tell, like, neither of you are like master thief, burglar types, but there is a decent gap in the window. They have a little bit of like sort of straw matting to try and keep the weather out and the heat in, but it'd be pretty easy to just sort of like stick a knife in there and open the latch. It's not really a locked thing. You also notice that there's not really, there's the tiniest signs of a struggle with a 16, I think you said you got.
We both got 16s.
Yeah, it's you don't imagine that these boys like make their bed in the morning without a lot of prompting, considering. But it does seem like their bedding is more disturbed than it should be. Like some of the covers that are meant to sort of cover the very simple straw mattresses are like off, but like pulled off almost by something. You would assume perhaps someone just grabbed these kids and they tried to hold on to those blankets and didn't manage.
Meanwhile, Flake is like holding like two like wooden toys in like the corner and sort of holds them up. And I think this is a clue. I think I found a clue.
Oh, what is
I
that
don't
clue
know.
telling you, Flake?
It's not telling me anything because they won't speak to me, but I think if I could think about it really hard, I think it can connect to them. These are the two boys that played the performance, right?
Yes. Yeah, those
Are
are
there
the boys.
Are there instruments anywhere in the room?
Yeah, you can see that both instruments are on very like homemade stands. It looks like they just found a few branches that were about the right shape to hold them, and then just made like little stands for them. They're in the corner. They seem undisturbed.
Oh, okay.
And assuming your teammates tell you their assumptions, I think you would look at that and be like, oh, like whoever did this very quickly, and there was not a lot of struggling. So they didn't really like roam the room before they were picked up. Otherwise, someone would have heard them.
That's true.
Yeah. They got taken out the window.
Oh, okay. So the toys didn't. Okay, and then Flake puts them down.
They are very nice toys, Flake.
No, they are. I had a theory, but it's not right. So it's okay. It's
And
okay.
I'll
We need
turn
to
back.
find them though.
Yeah, and I'll turn back to the blacksmith and be like, well, should we have a look at your daughter's room?
It's like, yeah. He seems a little out of it. You all move your way. I'm not going to move you on the map just because
Yeah.
it's not really critical. To sort of the town on the other side of town, the blacksmith shop. He has what seems like his own bedroom is actually just like in the forge, like that's just his bed is there. But there is this higher loft that there are 2 different beds in. You can tell that there is. You don't have to roll for this. There's a similar amount of disturbance. Like blankets are kind of moved in a similar way. But if you want more, that'll be a different roll.
I'll roll again. I think we can get anything more.
Flake is definitely gonna search around.
Yeah, I got a nat 1. So...
Oh.
Want to roll?
You only notice the things you already noticed.
Yeah, this die needs a little nap, so it's gonna go rest for a little bit. It doesn't get rolled for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct?
you can do perception if you would like, just one or the other.
Oh, guy, I got double digits finally. I got a 19. Look at me go.
19.
An 8.
Mm.
Okay,
Well,
so I think
yeah, you don't
both
really
have to fail for me to succeed. Okay.
But yeah, Ellie, you don't notice anything different than what you noticed in the last one. I think maybe. Now, tell me if this strikes your fancy, but I feel like Flake notices something, possibly because Flake is so short, even compared to the dwarf, that you like look out the window and it's decently high, and you know what it would take to climb up this. And while it's doable, you don't see the signs of anyone having climbed up. Like there's no scuff marks on the walls. There's no like obvious disturbed snow on the various handholds that you would use if you had to climb up there. The window is undone in a similar way. In fact, it would be hard to undo the window with a knife or like an implement while hanging out this window. And when you look down out of it, you see already being covered up by the snow some kind of tracks, just like they walked up to the window and left, and there's not like a lot of disturbance there.
Oh. Then I think Flake clambers. Yep, that's her name. Flake clambers back down, from their little search, and they look to you too and say, long arms, I think. Yes, okay. I think they had long arms because, like, so I have to climb to get up to high places, but I don't think whatever this is had to climb. So, like, they reached, and then they grabbed, and then they reached out. Like how you would, like, reach into, like a window. Because they did reach into a window. But instead of, like, a toy or a dessert, they grabbed a child, which is bad.
Oh, that's a very interesting theory there, Flake. Yeah. Mabel's like, what? Like she's not seeing the things. Because I got a 1, so I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, I think that once it's pointed out to you, you're like, yeah, no, that does make sense, because you also encounter similar problems with having to climb up to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I looked out the window, was there any, like, animals nearby?
No, but you do kind of see that the pathway leads towards the mayor's house, which is sort of in the northwest part of town. You do know that passes right by the stables.
Okay. And then I guess I look to the mayor as someone's following us, and I say, "Can I talk to the horses? They might help."
The mayor pauses for a bit, but this is a world that magic exists. Like, yeah. You think that would be helpful? And takes you again across town. You see that there is a guard that looks like she had to dress hastily and is at the northern estrus. Like they got woken up for this as well. She is some kind of magic user who her staff is lit up and is sort of scanning the night in front of her, but does not see anything. As you head towards the stables. I think now that you've noticed it, you see the tracks. If you wanted to learn more about the nature of whatever left it, you would have to roll me some like survival probably, or investigation. But
yeah.
The tracks walked right by this, and then went to sort of the northeastern side of the building.
I'll do a survival check on those tracks. Flake gets distracted very easily.
We all do character
Could I do a check as well?
Yeah, survival or investigation, I think. I'd take nature as well, if you're good at that.
I'll do investigation.
I got a
Did-
16.
Sure, if you guys.
Oh,
Miss
I
Evelyn.
got a nat 20, which makes it a 24.
Woo! What'd you get, Janie?
A 9.
Well, you know,
We can't all succeed. That's a random roll tonight. We can't all succeed on the same roll.
somebody has to fail.
Yeah, yeah, Ellie, you notice what I've already mentioned is like where they all go and not that. But yeah, for need to make sure I have the names right. For Flake and Mabel, did you both do survival? Actually, I need to ask what Mabel.
I did investigate.
What
I
stack?
did survival.
Investigation.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
intelligence.
So Flake, you with survival have a pretty good sense of where like the direction that this creature went, and you're really confident that you could at least start like chasing after it if you needed to, simply because you see where it comes from as it reaches the mayor's house, and you can sort of think about where those tracks were when you saw them near the inn, and it sort of leaves the same direction it came from. It looks like it went mayor, blacksmith, inn.
Okay.
And yeah, as far as the investigation rolls goes and the survival, they're cloven hooves. You think almost satyr-like in that there's just 2 sets and not 4. And they're big, like big. I think with the 20, because it's a nat 20, there's a small like stutter to the steps, not like a limp, but like this being whatever it is carrying something heavy on their back. You see some very light indents every once in a while. You think that maybe they have something like a whip, or they're carrying a lot of rope or something that's dragging it across the snow every once in a while. And I think you notice there's like a hanging sign above the stables. The sign is swinging quite a lot, or at least much more than it should in this wind. You think that even though it's 10 to 15 feet up, something bumped it on its way past. All 3 of you would notice there is sort of like, yeah, like you are not that far behind, although if it bumped it hard enough, it could be 15 to 20 minutes even in this wind. It's just definitely, it's not something you wouldn't get anything less than like a 19 or a 20, but it's moving more than it should. Something hit it on its way past. Maybe not on purpose, but gives you a sense of how tall this thing is.
I'm gonna turn to look at the adults that are with us and be like, do you have any stories in these parts about little devils or whatever maybe abducting and misbehaving children around the holidays?
They sort of stop and well, I mean, not ones that are unique to the town.
But
It's
you've heard.
stories of, yeah, I mean, there's always stories of fiends and fae and gremlins and such that you use to scare children. Not any stories that we could point to specifically as something that's like happened, though.
But like, do you have like fairy tales about specific to the holidays, misbehaving children?
I mean, yeah. These the general ones of winter fairies and Krampus and
That's
all
the
sorts of
one.
other
That's the one.
creatures.
I think you got a Krampus on your
Yeah.
hands.
I would love for everyone to roll me nature or arcana really quick before I move forward.
Should I do that too?
God.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Okay.
If I think it's interesting enough, I want everyone to roll it so that someone maybe succeeds.
18.
12.
16 for Arcana.
Yeah, I think the 18 and the 16. You know that stories of Krampus are real, but like Krampus is like a fake creature that abducts kids. Like there's not just one of them. They're super rare, but like it's just a thing. And I think with the 18 especially, there's you don't know the details of it, but you think that maybe this is like how a Krampus makes more Krampuses is by abducting kids. But they have like rules what kids they can abduct and why. You don't know like the rules that what they are. You just know they don't just kidnap kids willy-nilly, and you assume that that's where the folktales come from of like misbehaving kids get taken. But like with all Fae, there's a reason the rules are like that. It has to follow them, and it's really hard to get them to break them once. So,
how do they react when Mabel's like, "We think you got a Krampus"?
It's with mostly incredulity. They're like, "Really?"
Yeah, see,
but they
there's
don't, like,
the
say-
bit marks, and they're real tall, and I hate to say it, I know kids just get kind of rambunctious this time of year, but they were being pretty mischievous.
It's like, yeah, but it's, and like they're gonna say it's a fairy tale, but then like they stop and with a completely different tone. It's a fairy tale.
Well, a lot of stories have like a little kernel of truth at the center.
And they are not pleased with that answer. They seem scared, but they're not questioning you. More scared of like, oh, well then what other fairy tales are real?
You don't really find that one out until it's happening. Yeah, unfortunately. But we'll help. We'll help. We can't let
Yeah,
those
we'll help.
kids dig in.
As this conversation
Yeah,
was
like you still
happening,
want to talk to the. Oh, sorry.
no, you're right. I was gonna say, as this conversation was happening, Flake had because you said they saw like sort of where the tracks were going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll also say, for the idea, they do pass right in front of the opening to the barn, to the stables. If you still wanted to talk to the horses.
Yeah. Flake still wants to, but also Flake got distracted by they like started to slowly follow the tracks away because they were like, okay, horses, tracks, and then they started sort of following the tracks, not really telling anybody. They're not very far. They walk so slowly. But yeah, they sort of diverged a little bit. But I think they sort of pause for a second and like look back because they sort of sense nobody's around them, like in immediate proximity, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, horses." Okay, and then they sort of hop back.
Yeah, the guard like obviously is looking at you from like their position by the guard fire, just.
Just letting
She's the adventurer. The truck's like, she's the adventurer. I guess she knows what she's doing. They're there. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I never know what I'm doing. No, they go back. And they will go
Yeah.
up to the horses.
There are, like,
That's what at the stable.
2 horses, a cow, a calf. There's also a barn cat.
Is a barn cat?
We're the horses. We're talking to the cat.
I would trust a cat's information with my life.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for this. You find that your best bet as far as like how smart the animal is, like the smarter it is, the better it will be at giving you directions. And cats are, let's say, annoying to deal with if they don't like you, but generally are smarter than most. Cows tend to not care about details, and horses tend to be a little afraid about everything, so they might exaggerate. Those cats are pretty real, though.
Then you see, Flake, sort of their hat sort of does like a little shake, and you see sort of these little like light blue sort of spark that comes off of it for a bit, and you see sort of the little void that is their face seems to like not shimmer, but sort of like it looks like it's disturbed for a second, as they're casting speak with animals. And then, yeah, you see their eyes sort of flare for a second, and then they hone in on this cat, and they say, "Hello."
The cat is like still a pet, so it's not like a feral cat. It's not frightened of you, although it does sort of get up from its napping position and give you a bit of a look as you say hello, like, I'm not sure about this person yet. As you say hello, it's rare to find large ones like you that have the refinement to speak cat. Starts cleaning paws.
I can speak a lot of animals if I need to, but right now I need to speak to you specifically because we need help to save children of this village. Did you see a large thing with like long arms and maybe hooves? I think that's hooves. Yes, hooves around, pass by.
I may. I might not have. What's in it for me? And sort of gives you like a head tilt.
You think like tilts their head with it. And it's like,
What do you want?
Not sure. And starts cleaning herself again. Which kids were stolen? Maybe I want them to be stolen.
Well,
what was the name of the children? I think Flake would remember because like it's weird.
Yeah, you actually find that it's better to describe them generally because like cat doesn't care about their names.
Oh, that's true.
But you can. I'm gonna have you like do it.
It's like describes it.
Two girls. The innkeeper. When you say the blacksmith, two girls though, the cat sort of stops up and they often bring me treats. Perhaps I shall help you. You said hooves and long arms?
Yeah.
Does it walk upright?
I think so.
That makes it much clearer. Otherwise, I would say the cow's there. And
Oh, but no,
both
they
the cow
wouldn't
just
steal
looking
children.
don't start. The cow's like, don't start.
That's so.
Yeah, there's obviously beef in this barn, but doesn't.
Oh,
Beef outside of the cows.
And the cat who, it's like, if you'll have my help, you must know I am Shanks, Princess of the Hay and Queen of Snowfair, and gives like a sort of regal bow. And I shall deign to help you and protect the small ones of the large ones, as one would say. They're so awkward, yet lovable. Yes, there was a large creature that came by. Large curved horns, had a sort of, what do the humans call it, a sack on its back, or a basket, woven of some kind, and many whips. It had smaller ones of itself with them in the basket, a few of them.
In the basket?
Yes, other hooved and horned creatures.
Oh.
They had the same smell. It smelled of wilderness and danger.
Danger.
They were obviously no threat to me, and so I deigned to engage, but to know that they've stolen some of the children, and seems haughty and disapproval, it's not correct.
It's not correct, and we're going to make it correct because we're going to go save them. And then they can bring you more treats.
As it should be.
As it should be. Can I... What kind of treats do you like?
You see a cat doing cat calculations in its brain. It's like, how much can I get? It's like, fish. And it's obviously pushing it, like, probably doesn't usually get fish, but it's still gonna say that.
Okay. 1 second. Hold on. You stay here.
What was the title? She said. She's
She's Princess of the Hay and Queen of Snowfair. In your experience, cats give themselves quite extravagant titles.
Of the
All the time.
Hay, Queen of Snow.
Okay, hold on. Princess of the Hay, give me 1 moment.
And you see
She is quite pleased that you have used the title.
sort of shimmies back to the group and says,
Shank's Princess of the Hay requires fish.
Princess of the Hay.
Queen of Snow.
You see a cat who is like calico, you know, like the whites and the browns and the black spots, with very long hair, very regally looking up from her position on top of a bale of hay at you from behind Flake.
Oh, what a pretty kitty! Oh, I'm gonna like reach into my bag and like pull out like a little bit of jerky. Well, sure, it's fish jerky. I have some dried fish. You're like, do you think kitty want a treat? Can we be friends?
As soon as you're like within the doorway of the stables, the cat will deign to come to you, so long as it doesn't have to get its like feet.
Oh, yeah, I'll go right up to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Easy to feed the cat.
Beautiful. What a beautiful kitty.
To Flake, who understands the cat's like, this one understands how to give proper tribute. I like her. Rubs up against your legs.
Like fawning over her, like giving her scritches behind the ears, and petting her, telling her how pretty she is, how soft.
All that. The mayor is the one who's still here and is like a little bit watching you guys pet a cat while the kids are gone. Also, Flake is meowing at it, and the mayor's not dumb and understands how magic works, and is like, I don't know, the cat knows something.
Oh yeah, by the
think,
way, the cat knows what it was.
Oh, wait, which way did it go?
Oh, so well, it's first the cat said sorry. Wait, hold on. Wait. Shank's Princess of the Hay said that they had big horns and they had a bunch of whips and a bag or a basket. And in the basket, there were a bunch of little of the thing, and it was like vertical.
Oh,
And
okay.
And I think did you see where it went?
Shank says, it seemed it was heading towards, and cut to send things. The blacksmith, I think, is the term the humans use. Blacksmith's house. And I did hear it leave, I think from the direction it came, to the northwest.
The northwest.
The northwest.
The northwest, okay.
So we have to go northwest.
And the cat gives you like a very serious look, which cats are generally very good at doing, but also it seems more serious than cats normally are. This thing did seem quite dangerous. I must stay here and protect our town, but you must also be careful if you're going after it.
Oh, we will be careful, but we are good at saving things, and that is what we are meant to do. So we will be fine, but you will be a good guardian for this village. I believe in you.
The little like cat straightened back, like yes. Yeah, with those other investigations you guys wanted to do while you're here? I think Ellie, the mayor, is standing next to you throughout this, and maybe make some light conversation of, like, you can hear it be like, I hope that cat is being helpful, and seems
Probably.
somewhat frustrated.
Probably. I mean, the cat's a witness. You know.
Too lazy to hunt mice half the time, but hopefully she saw something.
Oh, you don't have to hunt to, you know, the cat can see a lot just sitting in a corner, and people don't always pay attention to cats. So hopefully there's a lot of good intelligence.
It seems fair. And then yeah, your two team members come back from interviewing the cat. And did you guys want to investigate anything else in town?
I think I would ask the mayor, like, if she knows what's to the northwest. Like, what we... like...
Oh, well, there's the mountain, and the town is at the, like, eastern base of a very large mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of the farthest outcropping of the local mountain range. They don't really have a name for it. They would call it the Snowfair Mountain simply because it's near the town of Snowfair, or perhaps the town of Snowfair is called that for the mountain. And as the mayor is describing, it's like, and she, well, it's a bit of an odd mountain. It is a touch of the Fae at times. People have definitely been lost there, and definitely our woodsmen and our hunters that go there must be familiar with the ways of the Fae folk to be sure not to offend any.
Oh my, okay.
It's not common, but it's common enough, so I would keep your wits about you.
Yes, that's good. No, thank you. Any known places where it bleeds over to the Feywilds?
She sort of shakes her head. None of our people have really been able to map it out, and it's not consistent.
Right, of course it wouldn't be consistent. Yeah, that's the Feywilds for you. You try to map it and it just changes. On purpose, I think.
And you get the sense from like the very light smile that she would normally like be jovial at the observation, but instead looks at you very, very seriously and says, please bring them back.
We'll do our very best. I promise.
We will bring them back. Because we have to.
She smiles more genuinely at that, and of course. And she reaches in her pocket, and she pulls out a little glass vial on like a sort of leather necklace, and I keep this around in case someone in the town needs any amount of healing. It's not much, but I think that you need it more. I doubt there'll be any more serious accidents than what you're walking into. And hands you a minor health potion on sort of this necklace.
Hey.
Thank you.
Which one of you can carry if you like. And
I'll grab it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
helpful.
and it's like-
Thank you.
And tell Gunther I love him, or something. Got it.
Of course. And you'll be able to tell him yourself real soon.
Yeah.
You just you work on making sure that they'll probably be hungry when they get back, and they're probably gonna be a little bit scared. So you just be ready to have a nice warm fire and a nice hot meal and lots of snuggles.
Of course. And she weakly smiles. Anything else over here? Another scene or two? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll just be like, maybe keep all the parents together, all in one place. You'll support each other while you're waiting. I got a good recipe actually for this kinds of thing, and I'll like flip through my spell book. And so I find like a hearty chicken stew recipe, and like copy it out and give it to the mayor.
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm sure Amos and Rosh will appreciate that. They're not getting to bed anytime soon, and I'm sure they're in the inn right now waiting.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you want a relaxing tea, if you think that'll help you.
I think that we'll be more relaxed once you get back. And yeah, she'll head back to the inn.
All right.
The last thing as you head out of town is the one guard sort of tips her hat to you. I guess it's like a cloth bonnet thing, so it's really more just and sort of this adventurer-like salute. As,
Flake does the same.
You head,
I'll wait.
yeah. As you follow the tracks, very quickly going off the beaten road.
Very
Let me change maps. You are now walking through the forest, and I would love survival rolls to follow the tracks.
Let's
Oh, goody, what I'm great at.
Oh no.
I got 19
Okay.
actually.
Not too bad. I got a 16.
Oh.
Okay, well I got a nat 1.
See?
So again,
You almost immediately lose trail to like a goat, and the two have to be like, no.
Flake is gone.
That's close. And they're much smaller.
Flake, darling, don't you have dark vision?
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure everybody gets dark vision except like humans.
Oh wait, you're wrong.
Mm.
What's crazy is that? Oh no, I did.
Yeah.
Kelly
Babel's
might not. I'm not as familiar with Kalishtar.
No, Flake is a halfling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look,
Halflings might not actually, but yeah, Mabel's just teasing you.
No, halflings don't. Can't see.
Almost immediately. You guys have basic adventuring packs, so like if you need a torch, it's fine. But I do think that
just,
with the I heard 19,
yeah.
and what was the other survival?
16.
19 and 16. You managed to follow this pretty regularly. You have to cut across paths that people actually use in the mountain, and you can tell as you track it that yeah, there are some pretty high twigs that have been snapped as it passed. Not in like a running, like or breaking motion, but just they have not really. What's the word? They don't. It hasn't stopped, and it has a lot of mass, so there's a pretty obvious trail.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with those wolves, about halfway up the mountain, you hear wolves howling, frighteningly nearby, and you understand that in this weather, at this time of night, if they have not bunkered down, they may be hungry.
Cool.
So, what you gonna do about that?
Oh, I think there are wolves looking for food. Should we feed them?
No.
Oh.
I think they're gonna think we're the food. So maybe no.
Okay, but do we tell them we're trying to save a village? Well, we're trying to save the kids of a village. They'd understand,
Well,
right?
We
Do
can
you think
try, but
Do wolves usually like talking to you, or are they a little bit more difficult?
Well, it really depends. Like, sometimes if they're hungry, they sort of go to try and eat me, but then I try to explain, like, hey, it's okay, because you can't really eat me, and if you try, it's not gonna really go well. But then they don't really listen, and so then I have to run really far away. So you have the food that Shanks liked, right?
well, I got a little bit. I don't think I have enough to appease a pack of wolves.
Oh.
It's more like a nice little snack. Did you want some? I'll like offer her some like fish jerky.
Flake takes it, and they drop it, like, they open the part that's like covering where their mouth will be a little bit, and they drop it in there, and it disappears. You don't hear any crunching or anything, it's just gone.
Ellie, fish jerky? You gotta have a snack, gotta keep your strength up.
Sure.
I'll give Ellie some fish jerky as well. And then give like
Perfect.
Meanwhile,
Now-
I think. Oh, continue.
No, I was gonna ask. So while that's happening, what are you guys doing about potential wolves?
nothing.
You're trying to hide from them.
Oh.
It's not even like really like doing anything though. She's just like, well, snacks. Gotta keep our strength up.
No, Flake will take out, I think, after seeing the jerky, Flake takes out some rations that they also have. They do also have a day's worth of jerky. And they sort of they're in the sort of direction of the wolves. They'll like take a few steps and sort of place it on the ground, and then they'll rush back and then take you see their little hands poke out from their coat, and it's like very similar to like their face, where it's like little void hands, and it's really weird to be touched
Ooh.
by. But they grab Ellie and Mabel and just sort of do like a little scurry in near a tree, and then start climbing up it.
And Ellie just kind of kicks some rocks into a pile.
I mean, you can, yeah. What is your goal with that, I should say?
I have, if I need to use the catapult spell.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys also gonna follow Flake up the tree?
I'll like, oh, I don't know. And I'll try my best to climb, be like, I don't know, dwarves don't really do a whole lot of climbing here.
Yeah, I'm not wearing climbing gear.
If Flake climbs up, they're gonna drop down a rope. So do you want me to make a roll to see if Flake gets up?
Yeah. What skill do you think Flake uses to climb a tree? I'm not gonna be good with this.
That's a good question. Maybe survival.
I'll take survival, that makes sense.
Okay. Flake has experience running from animals they thought they could be friends with. But maybe not, because I got an 8.
I'm gonna say
Experience running,
it's not
not
something you
climbing
will-
trees.
Yeah, I think that this is not a roll you're really gonna fail at, but by the time you get to the top and put the rope down, you guys can hear the wolves are much, much closer. The other two of you are at the bottom. What you gonna do?
But do I have to roll to climb this tree? This rope?
Survival, athletics, whatever skill you think your character would use to climb the rope. 'Cause now there's a rope. It's gonna be much easier.
Let's see.
This one's gonna be definitely a roll where if you fail, you're gonna land on your butt on the ground. It'll be real. You have to do this one quick.
Well, I did survival and I got 5.
Oh,
Cool. Love that.
This is why I didn't
Okay,
want to climb.
what is Mabel doing?
I think she's kind of like, just like at the bottom of the tree while Ellie is climbing the rope. She's doing
Yeah,
now.
so
It's short.
what happens is that Ellie, you get most of the way up, but it is cold and it is wet, and you your hand slips and you fall, and you're gonna just take a small amount of damage, a taste of damage. You take 4 damage. You land pretty not great, but it's about at this time that the rest of you hear and see wolves. I'm actually gonna move you guys into this tree in the middle.
I was about to
As soon as
ask
I'm
Joshi.
clear. Over here, as now I have to. Man, there should be a quick key for changing layers. 3 wolves sort of appear right next to this food, and they definitely smell it and eat it, but they are looking not very friendly at you guys.
Love that.
What you gonna do?
Like, I think, like, Blake, now's the time! Now's the time to tell him not to eat us!
Huh? Oh, you're not in the tree.
And Flake will do a little like sort of pop out from the leaves, still hanging onto the tree, but so that their little void face can be seen. And
They're
question:
very light.
how
You feel
long?
real far out on what he's meant.
How long did it take us to walk, like out here?
You're like an hour out.
Oh, no, okay. All right. I'll cast. Would I know if speak?
If you're wondering about the effect of speak with animals will make any of these maybe a complex check, but I'm gonna have you probably lean more to charisma than animal handling.
Okay.
You can possibly do animal handling, but that's gonna be a save or suck kind of situation instead of a 3 check.
Okay. You know what? I want to save my spells. I'm gonna go crawl. I'm gonna sort of start making like a low like little like whistle sort of comes out to sort of get their attention as snowflake is sort of on this branch, and they'll I don't know how they would do this, but they sort of make like and they sort of shake their head, and they sort of point in another direction, as if like they point at where the food was, and then point in a different direction, as if to imply that
No, but there's more over there. And we don't taste good.
Okay. Okay, so roll me some animal handling about that.
okay.
I have an idea, but I want to see how this goes.
This
Okay.
is great.
You know, I've been rolling.
you guys will have an option to do something
well. This is such a good idea from me. Oh my
A
I got a
nat
natural
20
20.
for the audience at home.
I can talk to animals.
Yeah, I think that part of this is you cast the spell talk with animals quite a lot, and I think that you kind of picked up on what various animals, like the body language they'll respond to. And sometimes it's a little less of like, I'm being helpful, go over there, and more like, food is over there, and this direction is not good for you. Like, you're maybe a little, like, not like intimidation aggressive, but very much like, I may be a threat you don't want to deal with,
Yeah.
and there's food that way. And you do for a minute see, like, the lead wolf of the three gives you a look, and you see the little wolf gears in his head turn, and then he turns and the other two follow him, and you manage to avoid having to fight the wolves.
Hey!
Forgot my idea was that I forgot that I had this. The mind link.
Oh, mind link is fun.
But you're such a good animal handler. Use it.
Well, now you can use it another.
Now you get to save the spell slots.
You get to save it.
Yeah.
That was impressive. Like,
So yeah,
Thank you.
I've had to talk to wolves a lot, and they're like climbing down.
So I sort of have an idea of like the sort of sounds or ticks you need to make sometimes. It's really good so that they know where to get food.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have to kill them. They're so pretty.
They are. They're really nice.
I had a
just
wolf. I
hungry.
would love to be friends with a wolf. Oh well.
Oh, maybe we can be friends with the wolf in the future. But we do have to
That would be
save food.
delightful. I would love that.
I would like that. Let's do that
Okay.
later. Okay.
Wait, what?
so
We're just talking about getting a wolf friend later.
Mabel wants to pet a wolf.
and this is the conversation you are having as you follow the trail. It winds up some sort of natural backtracks and a little higher up the mountain, and then you find yourself next to like a sheer cliff face, and there is a cave, and the tracks definitely go in it. You are at the mouth of it now.
So we're going to the cave.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Is it like extra cold in here? Do we hear anything?
Well, as of now, it is a very icy cave that you've seen in front, like the entrance of. It would take probably some rolls or some description of how you're going to investigate it to find out more.
Okay. I will do an investigation roll.
Perfect.
See what I notice about this cave.
Try that as well.
Oh, nice. That's a natural 20, which makes it a 24.
God.
I don't need to try it.
There are several things you notice. One, it needs to select the thing, so I can do that. There's a wall in front of you that I'm revealing right now, or at least one segment of the wall, that is made of ice. It seems to be, I don't know, your instinct is that it has been freshly made, or maybe artificially made. Like, it's not natural. It's made to look like it's the rest of the wall, but it's also without having to like spend any spell slots or do any arcana. There's something about it with that really high roll is really, really obvious to you. It's fake. You also notice, and it's not until you like peek around the corner, there's some signs of ice methods. When they don't move, they just look like normal ice formations, but when they do, they kind of leave like a spiky, like icy spot where their feet or hands are. And you see just barely on the ceiling inside the cave a few of those spots. They tend to form around very magical areas, and they're not necessarily hostile, but they can be if you get too close. Like they don't like people
These are
entering their cave.
like creatures kind of thing.
Yeah, imagine if a goblin had little wings and was made out of ice. That's what an ice method is.
Okay. So right now they're just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
If you
gonna
don't think
like.
there's one right in front of you, you couldn't tell if you did because they just look like ice.
Oh, awesome.
They tend to look like icicles mostly.
Okay. Well, I'll point out the ones that I can see to Flake and Ellie. Be careful. Don't get too close. They'll attack us.
Yeah.
Oh, the ice pops.
Yeah, it's the signs that ice methods were here recently, like the little icy flakes
Okay.
on the walls and the ceiling and such.
And I'm going to very carefully approach the wall that I know is fake, and I'm going to try and like look through it to see if I can see anything on the other side of it.
Yeah. With that roll you did, you get to see a bit. Let me reveal. You can see that there's another passageway on the other side.
Okay. Like, well, what do you guys think? Should we try and take this down, or should we just take the long way around?
Take what?
Well, this is a fake wall, and there's another passage on the other side. Well, it's real ice, and I'll like tap on it with my fingertips. Real ice, but it's like it's artificial and new.
Is anyone watching right now as we're doing this?
Not that you can see, but again, it's part of what ice methods do, that if they're not moving, they are indistinguishable from regular ice.
Ellie, do you have, like, an ice-breaking machine-y thing?
I have an axe. A hand axe.
Looking at this, it is made of enough layers that you could just, like, hit it a whole bunch and it would break. It'll also melt pretty easy because it's artificial.
So, fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a step back. Go back around the corner a little bit.
Oh, Ellie, we're taking a step back.
I'm gonna like usher everyone back, like to right the edge of the bench there, so we're kind of like out of the way. And I will firebolt. I'll do the cantrip there.
Roll me damage. You don't have to worry about rolling to hit because it's a stationary wall.
Sweet max damage. That's a 10.
Ooh.
You get 2d10 at this level.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, it grows with your level. After level 5, it's 2d10.
Oh, so now I see that. Okay, I see that before. Okay, sweet. And that's a 9.
Cantrips are valuable, especially because it's
a
19. All right, you blast through quite a lot of this wall. In fact, it melts way faster than the amount of fire you throw at it should be. And in fact, when it melts, it almost like makes a door. Again, not having to roll Arcana, your just like gut instinct is, yeah, someone made this ice to close a door, and could unmake it to open it. Whatever made this on purpose.
Oh, okay.
And you're just sort of forcing it. It takes another firebolt, and but you don't have to roll damage because it's very close.
Okay.
It's almost impossible. And yeah, you can sort of pass right on through there.
All right.
I don't know what order you guys are walking through this cave. Like who's in front, who's in the middle, what y'all do.
Would it be in the back? I'm the tallest. Everybody's view.
That makes sense.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's so fair. Flake will be in the front because Flake is always in the front.
Flake thinks they're a rogue.
All right.
Flake thinks Flake thinks they're a lot of things.
But they are adorable.
Ah.
All right, you can see the room that you sort of skipped over. It's like sort of a natural forming room. There's a little shelf on the back, top right of it. You don't see anything in it, but again, it's hard to tell with ice methods. There's also a room in front of you that you're getting a bit of. And again, these sort of naturally forming rooms. The floor isn't super even. It is quite icy here. It's not like difficult terrain icy, but just it's not solid stone. And if you would like more details about the stuff around you, it'll take some more rolls. Although with that 20 investigation that I'm going to carry over, you definitely see more signs of ice methods the farther in you get. And especially in this room you're heading into, there's more of these footprints and such. And you can start seeing, yeah, there's something odd about the floor up ahead. I think as far as the nat 20 is going to get you, because it really should just be for the first few segments, but there's something about the floor you don't like the look of.
Investigation?
Yeah, you can do some
I
more
will
rolls.
definitely point it out and be like, "Ooh, that floor looks a little treacherous there."
It looks
I do want to ask how far into this next room you get before you see stuff. Like, do you want to be right here in the middle of the hallway where you're at, or
I mean,
farther
like
in?
closer to the room, but like not stepping on where the floor seems treacherous.
Got a
Like
dirty 20.
maybe here-ish?
Sure.
Yeah, a dirty 20. Ooh.
I like that term, a dirty 20.
I love that term so much.
It's very funny.
I heard Matthew Lillard use it first on some like official D&D thing, and like that is the term for that.
I don't know where I heard it first. Just people use it, so I used it.
I like coming up with synonyms for unnatural, like an aberrant 20, stuff like that.
Right?
Unnatural.
That's the best term.
A creepy, eerie, manufactured 20.
Here, with
I
a
summoned
20. This is just representing, there's a segment of floor that to you has a similar feel to that artificial ice wall. As well as, didn't mean to, that's fine. There's another ice wall over here at the far end. However, there are a lot of signs of ice methods, and until something happens, you're not going to know if they're there or not. But with the nat 20 early on, there's definitely some ice methods somewhere in this cave.
So I don't think we want to walk on that floor unless you want to fall.
I'd like to get like close to the edge though, and just kind of like peer over, see if I could see anything.
Like to the edge of that circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna move y'all up here. What are you gonna roll to sort of figure it out? Because from here, it's obviously artificial. But you haven't like stepped on it, so.
Yeah, I just kind of want to like look through it, like how I looked through the wall. I want to see if I can see anything like underneath it, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's there's not really. You can definitely see to the bottom of it, but distances are hard to gauge through the ice. You think, I don't know, it's probably just like a pit. There's like space behind it, but there's like nothing too obvious other than like a hole.
I can't see the wall on the other side of it, right? Is there a wall on the other side of it?
Yeah, there's definitely a floor underneath this thing somewhere. Just the depth is hard to tell.
Now, I'm trying to figure out how far it is to get across it if we want to try to cross it.
Oh, well, I mean, when you look at the map, it's kind of easy to walk around. Like, there's space to do so. In fact, just because you rolled a dirty 20, it almost feels like about the kind of distance that, say, like the width that, say, the very large thing you've been following would need to avoid it. Like a large creature could skirt it and hug the wall. I would love some perception rolls from everyone, though,
Oh
in this moment.
dear.
I'm going to use one of my features for this because I
Yeah.
want people to pass it.
You should do that.
And let me see if I can find it because I have to pick it off of a thing in the lobby. I have really good usage of those words that people use.
You're doing
Yes.
great.
Word good.
Words good.
I got a 6, but we don't need to know about
So
that.
I was going to.
I got a 16.
Oh, are you doing a thing that's gonna help?
It was a +3. I just don't remember where it was.
Ah.
Maybe it's under actions. No. Features and traits, maybe.
There's a lot
No.
of different traits.
There's a ton of. Okay. No, that's not it. I don't know. It's supposed to give you a +3.
To just any roll, or
It's a check. It's for a check.
okay.
Would it be under?
Racial features, maybe, if it's a Kalish thing.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, do you remember what it's from?
Yeah, I think it was one of my. It's called Flash of Genius. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
Oh yeah, an artificer thing.
So I want to use a. I don't know if the +3 will help that 6.
It's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, it would. A 9 will be better. Although we should also wait for our dwarf Mabel to roll some kind of perception.
I did. I
don't
told you I
know what
rolled
you
a
got.
16.
And
Yeah.
I got a 24.
Oh, 16. I said.
Mhm.
The 24. Well, one of you, seeing this is enough because you alert the others. Some of the icicles on the ceiling start to move as you're looking at this. And you are now looking directly at a trio of ice mephits who you get the sense as they move that they're used to ambushing people. I'm just moving them on here. They're used to ambushing people when they fall down the hole and seem cautious but aggressive.
Y'all probably should let's go.
Oh,
I mean,
You have to get through them to get to the wall, so I don't know how well that's gonna work.
but she's saying to the ice map, she's like, you probably should just leave.
Oh.
You say that in common, and they seem to understand you, and they're not happy about that. Unless you want to roll me some intimidation, I guess, or like maybe persuasion. As you tell them to leave.
I guess it was persuasion. My persuasion.
It could be
Wow.
persuasion, yeah.
I got 12.
As you said that, their mouth open. Yeah, 12 is not going to quite do it. Their mouth opens, and you assume it's a language, but it sounds like the wind in the winter and ice
What-
cracking in the
is-
mountainside in an avalanche.
Is it a language?
It is. It's one of the elemental primordial languages.
I have. No, I don't have a primordial.
Primordial.
I'm gonna say if you have primordial.
No, I didn't take
I
it.
do.
Roll me.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I like to separate that.
Mabel's a nerd.
Emotion. So yeah, I'm gonna say roll me just like a d4, and if it's evens, then you know Aquin particularly.
Nope, it was odds.
Damn.
Okay, so you still recognize it as a language. It's just gonna take like some parsing, because all the primordial languages have a lot more to do with like rhythm and pitch than the actual sounds that are used for it.
Uh-huh.
And so you get a vague sense of like a threat and a declaration that this is our home and you haven't like bartered with us or parlayed or like negotiated. You're not sure what the word is they're using, but
Oh, they want to negotiate. We're supposed to give them a tribute or something. We're in their home.
oh.
one of
Okay.
them nods. It seems like they understand common, they just can't speak it.
Okay. Well, that's fair. We are in their home.
But
If I was an icy creature, what kinds of things would I like to eat?
I think they
Or
want it back.
have.
Oh. You could you could roll nature or arcana if you wanted to know what
Okay.
more
roll
about them as
Arcana.
a
So you don't think they want it back a whole?
No, I
Alright, this time now going to time out because it keeps rolling really poorly, but I rolled a 5, but I have a +7 to my Arcana.
Oh.
But that
Well,
only
it's pretty
gives me like a 12? Yeah, a 12. I can math.
Can I try Arcana?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
23.
23.
Wow. Yeah, funny enough, they are beings made out of magic. It's why maybe like the word species isn't exactly the right term, because they kind of manifest around magic and ice. They also just kind of like know things. They're just fully formed when they're made. And actually, a magic item is not a bad gift for them. They won't use it as a bag of holding. They will probably suck the magic right out of it, but like, it's still magic and well made, and they kind of appreciate that sort of thing. So yeah, like, well wrapped.
Oh my god!
I would love. I want it to be some kind of charisma skill to be like, here is your gift, oh ice being, but I just don't know what it would be to do that.
Persuasion?
I'm down with that. I'm allowing input. You can argue with me as
Oh.
to what skill you want to use for any of what I'm saying. I will take input, and I'm kind of a pushover.
So fair.
Which one of us is going to do the persuasion roll?
You should do it if you're offering your bag of holding.
But I only have
Yeah, I'm not very good at persuasion. Charisma's my lowest stat, I think, just about.
None of you made a charisma caster.
I rolled a 22.
Did you get?
Hey, who
Wow.
needs
Yeah,
charisma?
you are. Who needs charisma when you have high rolls? You very graciously like hold this up, and especially as the tallest one here, you can kind of get close to like of the icicles, and this ice method like crawls upside down and like slowly and gently reaches out and snatches it, and the three of them congregate together, and you see wrapping paper fly all over. And when they open it up, it's one of your bag of holdings, and they look at it and hold it over, and then you hear Aquin chittering between each other, sounding kind of like icicles when they break and fall on the ground. And then finally they look to all of you, and much more clearly with sort of the sound of, like ice on a pond when you step on it, and there's that like low crack sound, sort of the words they use. And you get the sense that it's something like, this is acceptable, and also be wary. The other one who negotiated with us is powerful.
Oh, the Krampus. Did you see him
They-
recently? Did he have little kids with him? They might have
They,
looked like little
nod.
Krampuses.
They nod solemnly, and they sort of like retreat back to their ceiling space. They don't really say much about that, but you get the sense something to the effect of they. Trying to think of the right word. They say yes to both, as small campuses and separately children.
Ooh, okay.
And something vaguely like it's his right, or he is allowed, but you're not really getting that fully.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, well, they saw him, and he had little mini Krampuses, and he had some kids with him. And they don't have an issue with it, because, by law, he has the right, I guess, or something. Or he allowed it, or I don't know. They speak a different kind of primordial than I learned. And then Mabel starts to go into this like long speech about all the differences and nuances of primordial, and it's just she's on her scholarly tangent here.
If it's functional, I think fire is the branch you went into.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I'm about to fall asleep. Can we go get this monster, get the kids back?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I get so excited about things I've learned in books.
Tell us later. Tell us later.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I'll
Thank
listen
you!
later.
And I'll like wave to them over the ceiling.
Absolutely. You guys sort of look through
Solstus!
this glass. Yeah. You guys sort of look through this glass, and I'm just going to reveal the rest of the area here. You see a quite large room, if it will... Alright, now it's going to do. A quite large room.
Wow.
You see this large, sort of tall, lanky, horned being in a tattered red cloak with a wicker basket on his back. He has a set of whips on his hip. And yeah, 3 like smaller Krampuses around him. You see, sort of on the bottom left are these smaller sort of ice pods is the right word? They're like smaller versions of the large chair made of ice behind him. And to be clear, this area on the top left is high, like it's a bridge the chair is built into. And on the far side are all 5 of the kids you're looking for, sort of encased in their own ice pods. They seem to be asleep. They are all still in their pajamas, and one of them, the mayor's son, is still holding his blanket like that he was sleeping in. You can see that they kind of like clutched at themselves while they were being moved, but you think just from looking at it, they were asleep the whole time.
Oh. Well, at least they probably won't be quite so traumatized, hopefully.
Yeah.
And yeah, ice pods they're in look extremely similar to the 3 larger ones on the other side.
Maybe they're, transforming some other children into Krampuses already. Okay. So, so the Krampus are kind of intelligent, right? Like, maybe we could reason with them. Maybe we can buy them back somehow.
You see... Oh, continue, sorry.
Try to talk to it?
I think maybe we should try talking first.
The glow in the Flake's eyes has gone from like that yellowish happy glow and has gone to sort of a deeper orange a little bit. Because it's sort of like in their mind they were like, there is an enemy and enemy has caused the problem, and now they see the source of the problem in front of them. And this is something that the 2 of you have seen from Flake during your adventures, where it's sort of like if there was like a direct goal and then there was like an enemy, you'll see Flake demeanor suddenly sort of changed. It got a bit more violent. And so they're sort of pressed up against the ice wall a bit. And the little void is sort of like shifting a bit, and they're saying like,
The enemy is right there.
I could use my mind link and try to talk to it.
I mean, it might just speak common too, or one of the other languages we know. But like, it would be easier to start, just talking to them.
The enemy.
Well, enemies are tricky things. You don't have to be enemies. The rabbits don't like it when we hunt them and eat them. They could think we're their enemies, but maybe if a rabbit started talking to me and said, "Hey, please don't eat me," I probably wouldn't eat that rabbit.
The enemy.
it's not...
I tell you what, Flake. I tell you what. We'll try talking first, but if after a couple of minutes we're not getting anywhere, we will definitely light that motherfucker on fire.
Okay.
Mabel's just like, I'm not having it. We're not having kids.
You 2 stay back here, and I'll be ready to attack.
Oh, okay.
Ellie.
I mean, we could go in together. You take the lead because you got your mind link thingy. But, that way you're not all alone out there.
Well, if he only thinks it's me, then it won't expect an attack from the 2 of you.
Oh.
But, if you go alone, maybe they won't talk to you at all because they'll think that, there's only one of you. Why should they listen?
I will get Coco to come with me. My homunculus.
Okay.
I like the image like you reach into the bag and you pull this homunculus out. What does this homunculus look like?
Like a cup of hot chocolate. Why not? Of a big smile.
Okay, it's like a big,
Oh,
it's like a big
my
mug
God.
that has a smile on it, and it's got like just like an endless supply of what seems like just a warm hot chocolate in it.
Got arms and legs.
Yeah,
It's like
it like yawns. Yeah, and it's,
Oh my
surprisingly,
God.
it never spills somehow. Like when it moves, it
Oh
just
my
doesn't,
gosh.
and it just yawns and like I was having a pretty good nap. Sorry, does it talk? I think it does, right?
Yes, of course it talks.
I want to make sure. I was having a pretty good nap.
Well, glad you had a good nap. We have to go talk to that creature over there to make it so it can let the kids go.
It looks at it and, are you sure? You gotta talk to it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll try to talk to it first. Try to get this done without any violence.
Okay. Did you want to blast through this ice wall? I should ask before.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to roll for it? You can do it eventually.
Cantrip, firebolt.
Before Ellie goes in, you feel a little, you feel like a little shadowy hand, like a shadowy presence almost come across you, and I'm gonna cast Death Ward on you, real quick. Yeah, Death Ward is the first time you would drop the 0 hit points or be insta killed. You instead drop the 1 hit point.
Well, thank you.
Perfect.
Good God.
Vote of confidence. All right. You, Ellie, enter, and the two of you can kind of stay back in the ice wall, and you're just understanding of how it works. And the way it looks is you're not very obviously visible back there.
Yeah, okay, cool. Can we also hold an action while we're waiting? Like, just in
for
case?
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast something the second it goes bad. I'll choose in a second, but just that's the thing that's being prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold mage armor
you just
for
know
myself.
I'm gonna hold a guiding bolt.
Yeah, if they start attacking, I'm just gonna mage armor.
Okay, that's it.
Ellie, as you enter, the three Krampuses sort of like the three smaller Krampuses sort of stand in front of the larger one, and he gets up out of his chair, and in this like low, rumbling voice is, "Who dares enter our new home without an
I'm
invitation?"
Ellie. I'm Ellie. I wanted to I run Ellie's enchantments. I know it closed. But I just this is an interesting place you got going here. What are you doing?
You are a merchant? Seems very confused by this.
I kind of failed my business, but you know, that happens you can't grow unless you fail sometimes.
Why are you here in my home?
Well, I was just taking a walk. And are those kids you have over there? Are they your kids?
He looks, as you gesture to it. They are mine by the old laws, and they are none of your concern.
Oh, well, I was just asking a question. Why they look a little cold? Are they okay?
They are fine. They are changing. Like the three you see before you, they will become like me.
But why?
Why are you here?
Honestly, I don't have anything better to do. Do you need company? Is this why you're making them?
He seems a little irate that you are asking a bunch of questions in his own house, and I demand that you leave.
I'll make you some tea. And then she like pulls out her little pouch of tea.
Yeah. You want to roll me persuasion to see if you can continue this conversation?
Yeah.
Because he looks a little.
You're just telling me what the kids.
The tea may, in fact.
She's just walking in there casually.
You have to build up
Children,
a
how do I
relationship.
get them back?
You gotta build up a rapport.
Funny. I summoned the 20.
Like 20? Oh, alright, then he's gonna... Yeah, he doesn't seem like he knows what your game is yet, but looks at you, and tea is offered, and he's stops, and this is an appropriate gift for a visitor. And the three smaller Krampuses sort of back off from in front of him, and they get closer to sort of the right side here. There are several, like, I don't know, like little stalagmites of ice, or not little, quite large, like, sort of stalagmites of ice. They've gotten closer to, and the larger Krampus steps forward, and actually, as you offer tea, he waves his hand, and a small table, like, raises up out of the ground, and little teacups made of ice appear.
I love this. I need to learn how to do this. I love this the trick you got going. It's just going to make tea. Cool.
Yeah. What I will say is you have distracted the Krampus enough that if the other two of you want to try and stealth your way around the room, all eyes are on Ellie.
We're having a Krampus tea party.
It's a little tea party with Krampus.
I think Mabel is getting kind of impatient, is looking at Flake like, well, why isn't she asking about the kids? Why isn't she asking how to get the kids back? Why isn't she doing that?
The second that Flake saw that Krampus turned away from the kids, Flake started walking away.
Mabel like,
You can definitely roll me some stealth.
I'm so sorry.
I love this.
You can have advantage because Ellie is doing a very good job distracting.
Okay, great. I would have had disadvantage otherwise because I have so it'll just be normal. Okay, alright. Okay, so hold on. Wait. I have a thing.
Okay.
So I have lucky and I'm gonna use one.
Do it.
I'm gonna use a luck point. So do that again, because I got a 7, just so people know. And I got a 16 that time. Okay.
Ooh, much better.
That is much better. I need to.
Lovely.
It's especially good as I think Ellie. What's your passive perception, just for flavor?
Oh my god.
Here.
Can you imagine?
What's your perception bonus?
Let me tell you when I find it. Passive perception 15.
Yeah, you don't notice. And so you are basically unaware of your small yet heavily armored friend. Where are you walking? Like, what direction is?
I want to go. Are the kids in the things like up there? Like they're at the top?
Yeah, on the top right.
Oh,
The very
okay.
top right.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Which way?
There is cover here on the right side. These sort of large ice pyramids.
Yeah, I'll go for that then, so I can go like a roundabout, sort of. Just leaving Mabel calling for me.
Like Mabel's like whisper yelling after you. Get back here right now!
The mission. I'm gonna save them.
You are in so much trouble!
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
Yeah, but yeah, Ellie, what you do notice is that Krampus does start looking behind you a bit, because his passive perception matches 16. You know your teammates enough that you assume something is going on back there. So I'm going to give you a chance to distract him as you are currently pouring tea.
You don't like the tea? You want to show you what I sold in my store? She's gonna like whip out a couple of the bags of holding.
Yeah. Give me something. Persuasion, deception, performance. I'm not going to be picky.
Okay, Sorry,
Well,
just
if you
one
want
second.
to use it, if you want to use it and you don't want to look it up, something else up, you can use one of your flashes of genius to give your friend a bonus, and we'll just say that was your genius is distracting him.
Okay,
I will use.
I thought a sale from my background of failed
Okay.
merchant, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do a
No, I'm down with using a background feature.
Well, I can't find it, so I'm just not even gonna look at
Okay.
it. It's too much to look through.
That's fair.
It's like reading a book every time I try to figure out how to do something. So you said roll what again?
Just some kind of charisma skill, persuasion, deception, performance.
So either of those.
I am going to try persuasion, and I am going to add my plus. Oh, I got a 22.
Nice.
But that's it. I can add my flash of inspiration, or do I not need to do that?
Oh, you don't need it with the 22. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm doing
you sort of. Oh, sorry. You do.
I'm doing a sales pitch.
Yeah, you start giving him a sales pitch, and I think you've convinced him through this. He's like, you are still a merchant. And you've convinced Krampus that you're just here to sell him something. Like, you have somehow stumbled onto this cave to sell a fey creature magic items. Yeah. I'm going to say, Mabel, you can also roll some stealth with advantage if you want to try and beat this. And now he has disadvantage at noticing you, so his passive is going to be lower.
All right, I'll try it, I guess. You said I could have advantage?
You don't have to. You can wait here.
I mean, I don't...
Yeah, you have advantage at the stealth.
I at least got a hold of this. I don't want to super screw it up for her. So I'll take that advantage.
I'm going to say, Flake, you can be up to here with the roll you had.
Okay.
I got an unnatural 20.
Nice.
Yeah, well, you can catch up with Flake if you would like, unless you want to go some other direction.
No, I'll go this way. It's fine.
All right. Yeah, Ellie, while you're distracting them, the other two, Flake and Mabel, you can see the ice capsules pretty clearly. I would love some Arcana probably for figuring out how they work. Maybe some investigation, but there's no seams. This is like a perfect sort of ice egg around them.
Oh, okay. Alright.
And you can see over here the three larger ones are basically the size of the three mini Krampuses.
I got 18.
An 18. Yeah, these things are going to change these kids into mini Krampuses that then will eventually grow into large Krampuses. And this is the life cycle of a Krampus.
Damn.
And I think you would know, especially as sort of like a supernatural being on your own, Flake, that, yeah, there's a lot of rules the more like magic-based you are. You have to follow certain ghost rules just on like how you act and what you do, and like it's what messes with some of your memories of your previous life, etc. A fey creature has a lot more. If he's mentioned the old laws, he might be magically justified in some way, which you can always break that, but it does mean that like it's going to be hard to convince him not to take the...
So I guess while they get to that point and Flake sees Mabel, they'll sort of like spin around and very, very quietly whisper,
Mabel. Hi. No, wait.
Actually, and you know what? I'm gonna. Oh wait, no, never mind. I don't have a message. All right, we're just whispering. Oh,
What did you call it? Krampus?
Yes, it's a Krampus. They're all Krampuses.
Okay, the children are gonna become Krampuses, and Krampusai. Krampus.
That's how the Krampus works.
Okay, and I think they have like a sort of old law that this is just how it's supposed to be, and I think we have to break that, or else he's gonna probably come back for the kids again, and then we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over again. I don't mind doing that because I would keep doing it, but I don't know if that was efficient. So, what do you want to do? Because we could just get them out and run because I really want to do that. It's really hard having this conversation right now. But I want to.
Let me think for a minute.
Okay.
So
Also, that 18,
how,
yeah, you could just break this open and take the kids. It's not a problem.
I'm
Three of
trying
them
to think through what I know about like Fey law and magic law, and like, is there any way to like find a loophole or like, convince? Like, could I logic out of this, or is there like some way? Like, what are the conditions I could get the Krampus to like release these kids to us? Like, would they sell him or what?
Because I'm going to say generally without rolling, you can always negotiate with the Fae. You usually need to give a gift that is of equal value as the Fae sees it, but you can sometimes weasel it around to say equal value to how you see it, which is subjective and fun and weird. So there's options, but the specific rules you don't know unless you roll some history arcana, or if Ellie wants to try and weasel that out of him.
But does the Krampus see Cocoa Buddy?
Oh yeah, I think Cocoa Buddy's helping serve, unless you want Cocoa Buddy hidden.
I'll make a roll then. You said history or arcana?
Yeah, I think history or arcana, unless there's like some other lore skill you want to use.
No, those are my two like highest skills actually. So.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, roll that beam footage.
All right. Don't fail me. Well, it's not particularly great. But I have a +7, so that makes it 21.
21.
Hear me like that.
+7 in both arcana and history. I'm a magic nerd.
The old law of a Krampus, especially as kind of a Fae that takes children, is if a children is being ungrateful or disobedient or rude, and the parents do not like discipline them, the Krampus thinks it's theirs now, and they have a high amount of value because this isn't I kidnapped these kids. It's like, no, I've adopted these kids. They're mine now. I'm going to raise them, and as soon as they come out of this sort of metamorphosis, they will be small child Krampuses.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Are you done thinking?
I bet you this Krampus has never had 8 kids at once. Because if all those 5 kids turn into little baby Krampuses and come out, and then the mama Krampus over there has already got 3 kids, and then she's gonna have 8 baby Krampuses at the same time. And now, let me tell you from experience, that is a lot of kids to have at once.
Okay. I've never had kids, but I'll trust you.
Oh, I've had kids. I didn't have 8 kids, but I've got 13 grandkids.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And there's more on the way. I'm going to have 14 next year.
Oh!
Maybe 15. We'll see.
That's cool.
But, anyway, it's a lot. We might be able to negotiate with the Krampus on get the kids released there, because 3 kids is already having your hands full. And I bet you Krampus kids don't behave that well either. I bet they misbehave sometimes too. We think we try to negotiate with the Krampus, and from the angle of this is going to be too much for you.
Oh! Okay.
You got your hands full of
lines because you got a 21. I'm gonna say technically the rules work both ways. If the Krampus kids misbehave, you can kind of get them back.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll say that. Or we release these kids and we let them like just misbehave. You should be really bad and naughty.
Okay.
I like that one. What if we let them out real sneaky and wake them up real quiet and tell them to go misbehave and cause a ruckus and be real bad, and then we can get them back home.
Cause a ruckus here?
Yeah. As
Oh,
if their Krampus mama didn't take care of them and didn't teach them any manners. And then we can
Okay.
take them back, because then Krampus is an unfit mother, and we can take them back to their real parents.
okay. Can I also cause a ruckus?
After we've released them carefully. Like, we don't want to bring attention to anything before. But then, yes. I could
You
run
see-
around and knock
And
things
so,
off the walls.
Okay.
While this is happening, Ellie, what are you doing? You don't know exactly what's going on. You didn't hear any of your friends do this.
Yeah, what?
You're selling tea and selling magic items to a Krampus. You see the three, like, young Krampuses they kind of, like, gathered closer to the table as they're kind of interested in what it is you are selling. It's a very good sales pitch.
I'm an audience.
Yeah, so I think I'm probably trying to, a good salesperson gets everybody involved. And she's just going over all the artificer stuff she can do and the point of cocoa ads.
I think you notice that the three, like, Krampus kids, they do jockey for position. Like, there's one that's sort of in front. And at the slightest hint of any kind of, like, shoving, the parent Krampus sort of, like, instantly, like, looks at them and doesn't even, like, move their hands, but there is a aura of shame that would put, like, the most guilt-tripping mother glare, like, to shame. Like, just magic level guilt trip eyes. And they immediately stop.
Let's see, she's got her tea. I don't know if she has any, like, infused candy.
You have hot cocoa.
Right. I say, do you want to try this hot cocoa that I have? Cocoa, can you pour some cocoa?
Coco is trying to be an entertaining salesman and does, like, a little dance and then pours cocoa in the cups from its own head.
You know what? I think I let's see. Can I make, like, lights happen or something?
If you got a cantrip for that, yeah, absolutely. I think technically you can, just as an artificer with, like, your tinkering, you can make an object light up.
I do, so I would have.
There's plenty of little stuff.
I would have kind of layered the thing so that there's, like, a show. Got
Yeah. Very well and truly distracted by this. It's very fantastic. What's your sort of, like, end goal here?
I am trying to get them to like me so that they will listen to me.
Okay, but, like, are you trying to get information out of them?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if.
You succeeded in that.
Yeah, I want to know. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't listening to the whole conversation that my party mates were having.
Yeah. You find space to ask whatever questions you want to ask here. Or if you're just, like, waiting for your teammates to do something, we can do that as well. But
He's already explained it to kids. I'm trying to find out who the other three are, and if the big one will answer who he was before he became a Krampus.
Krampus is a Krampus. That's what it is. They do not have a lot of gender when this is how they reproduce, you imagine. Anyways, the Krampus, like, the smaller ones want to say something, and again, that sort of, like, glare, and we are born when we emerge from the ice. They're not memories from before, only after.
Oh, how did you get through there? Because I was an orphan for a long time, and I never heard of any of this happening.
I was not an orphan. I was raised with many of my kind. I've simply moved here recently, away from them.
Alone?
And you've used them pretty good. It's like, oh yes, this is the way when you are old enough for my.
Did you move by yourself?
Me. Yes, you establish your own home. And the last place we were at, they drove us off.
Oh,
and so we are here.
Well, I mean, I could come back and see you sometime if you want. We could be friends.
Yeah, Krampus is like considering it because you've rolled very well, and just that would be fine.
Yeah. So, what do you want me to bring you next time I come out to see you, or do you want to come out to see me? Well, I don't have a place right now because my store went out of business. But once I get back on my feet,
Man, I had to think about what a Krampus would think would be a useful thing to own. Probably looks to the other three and even as a parent, like even as a Krampus, there is a parental love and possibly some toys for these.
oh yeah,
Hey.
I can make some toys. I just need a little while to make my tools, but I could totally make them some toys too. I love making toys. What do Krampus kids like to play with?
And looks to the three, and they very politely each give a different kind of toy. There's like a toy soldier and a horse, and one was like a stuffed wolf. And yeah, that's what's going on there. What are the two who are stealthing doing?
And Mabel will try to be like, all right, you go on the far side and let that kid out, and wake him up, tell him to be quiet, and pretend to keep me sleeping. But then when all the other kids are out, they're just gonna go and wreak havoc all over, knocking things over, pitching a fit, pick a fight with the other baby Krampuses. Just be naughty.
Okay.
You want to roll some insight real quick, the two of you?
Oh,
Sure.
You can see the sales pitch going on.
the sales.
19. So that's a 24!
That's 23!
Yay!
I think you realize, as you're looking at that it might even be quicker to maybe get the Krampus kids that are like out to fight each other. Like, you will then basically have three Krampus kids to negotiate, being like, we hand back your kids, you hand us those kids, we are done.
Okay.
Is a very clean solution to this that doesn't rely on endangering 5 small children.
Okay. All right then. Well, all right then. Well, actually, scratch that.
You can still go with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? What?
Let's just make them misbehave. Watch this.
Oh,
And I'm gonna use Mage Hand, and do the Krampus have tails? They have tails, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I
I'm
got it.
gonna use the Mage Hand to yank the tail of one of the middle towards one of the ones on the side, like that they yank their sibling's
I'll
tail.
attack. I want to see how effective you yank.
Okay. Do. 12 plus 9 is a 21.
Oh!
I get a plus 9
Yeah,
to my
it's fully
skill
convinced.
attack bonus.
And you've also picked the one that is, like, I guess in charge, like the one in the highest in the pecking order. And it, in like this weird bellow that still is kind of high pitched, it's like, hey! And shoves the other. There's a quick glance from Krampus, and they start calming down, but you've started to destabilize them. It's just going to take maybe 1 or 2 more rolls. I'd love to know if Flix has something, or Flix has something to mess with the kids.
Oh, to mess with the 3.
Yeah.
If okay, can I make that? No.
You can move anywhere into this cover. You don't have to be right there. You could be like down here and do it, or
I need to be within 30 feet is the thing. I'm trying to. So my idea
Let's see.
is that Flake
Yeah.
wants to cast Mold Earth and like very lightly like move the ground underneath one so that he like pushes into another one, but it looks like he purposely shoved into another one.
Yeah, no, I'll totally allow it at this rate. It's a one shot. It's
Yay! I'll do it.
it's the solstice. Have a gift. Anyway.
It's the solstice.
So yeah, same thing. Just to see how effectively you convince them of this?
So it's a d20.
Yeah, d20 plus your spell attack modifier.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Does my spell attack? Ooh, okay. I got wow. I'm using my lucky if I can.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Allowed.
Cool. Okay. So we could do better. We did better. I got 20.
Nice.
So much better. Yeah, you, the same one whose tail got pulled, you take the other kid that he wasn't looking at, and shove that one into him. And a now even higher pitch, hey! As it breaks a little. There is another glare, and the kids, like, settle down, and they're, like, looking at each other now. Like, who's gonna do it next thing? I'm also gonna say, Ellie, you get what's going on. You get your friends are doing, like, if you would want to do something else. But, if you let them, they will just, do the last check.
Yeah, I'm still chatting with the Krampus, I guess.
I'm still distracting him. I would love another distraction roll just so he doesn't, or they don't notice, this whole deal. But, in the meantime,
What's
yeah,
the
either
roll?
make,
Because I forgot that quickly.
yeah, I can't remember if you use persuasion or performance or
Persuasion,
one of those, just some.
I think it was persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 16 this time.
16? All right. Yeah, you guys have one more chance. Definitely, the Mama Krampus is noticing things are going on, but hasn't figured out from where. He's starting to look around, but you guys have another chance to.
I'm gonna yank it. I'm gonna take.
Whichever one.
Like, they have horns, right?
Yeah. They're smaller,
Okay.
but they're still, like, sizable.
Yeah, you use Mage Hand to grab a horn, just like jerks one's head down into the other one, as if they were just like headbutting each other.
Oh. Bonk. Horns bonk, and yeah, give me one more roll to see if we got it.
Can I give advantage by also doing the molders at the same time?
Yes.
So I just take the other one that's not pulled and shove him as well, so it looks like he also bonked that one. Like, this is the combined
Like,
attack.
they both bonked the leader.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Okay. It didn't matter because I rolled the same number on both of them to get a 21 again.
It beats their passive perception. It turns out the small Krampuses are not very observant. There is sudden pandemonium and tangled limbs as the moment that happens, they jump at each other. And good old-fashioned sibling brawl. Snow and frost and everything up in a puff as they scramble across. And there's only like a short moment, one that none of you would have like really been prepared for if you didn't like know the rules, but a moment where instead of immediately punishing, like silencing the three kids with the stare, the adult Krampus just like stops and just like head to their temples and goes,
And I'm like, oh, what
And,
naughty children! What
Get out of there!
misbehaving children!
And none of you have a lot of experience with Fey magic, but some. And yeah, as you say that, Mabel, there's like an impulse comes over you that you know that the proper words without having to say it of, and then say, I claim these children by right of old magic.
Alright, like, your mama should have
Springs
raised you
unspeakable.
better. I claim you are a right of old magic. I'm gonna teach you better.
And the entire room, the kids and everything, goes deathly still. It's
you said
like
the
the wind
right
stops
words.
blowing. There is only the barest hint of cave sounds behind you. And this Krampus stands up and is definitely angry, but is also stunned in this moment and is finding it hard to say anything, and looks to Ellie, who you can try and hide it if you like, but I think that it's maybe more thematic of like you being like,
I'm not going to hide.
like maybe giving it away. Yeah. Just like can tell, like, yeah, you were in on this. This was like maybe part of the plan. Maybe you didn't know that was part of the plan, but it was part of that. And so you would claim my children.
Well, they weren't really your children. You stole them. And their parents miss them.
There's you can see the hint of like recognition of that being true, but still like, but this is the way of me and mine.
In one way, sure.
There could be a different way.
Do
I
you,
did a different way.
you want me to make you a Coco, but a Krampus instead?
Look, Krampus, nobody's a perfect parent because there's no such thing as a perfect person. It's kind of rude to just take people's children because they're trying to be maybe a little lenient on them when the holidays, or maybe trying to let the kids learn how to work things out themselves. It's a valuable skill.
I know you're all alone here, Krampus, but there's other ways to get company.
I would love a persuasion roll from Mabel with advantage because you have your friends backing you up.
Persuasion is not a thing I am good at.
But you have advantage, it's fine.
I would also like to remind our artificer that this would definitely be something to use Flash of Genius on.
Okay, yes.
I think
Use
I have a plus.
That's +3.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm using Flash of Genius, so that's a +3 for you.
Okay. So that would make it a 17 plus a 3 would make it a 20 unnaturally. A fiendish 20.
Yeah. There's definitely a pause. You haven't like fully convinced this Krampus, but if it is the children from the town that you want, then I will trade them for mine.
I'll look down at the three little Krampuses and be like, "Do you like it here? Do you like being with Mama Krampus?"
The three of them kind of like look at each other and like shrug. As like, we get to see a lot of cool mountains and learn magic.
Well,
we got
that
each
is
other.
pretty appealing. Yeah, that's pretty appealing. Okay.
And you would know from listening. They don't know anything else. Honestly.
Yeah, they don't
This is all the
remember.
memories they got.
Okay.
Yeah. They are
All
born
right.
a new being.
Okay. All right, Mama Krampus. I'll make that trade, and tell you that if you're gonna take any more children from the village, there's gonna have to be a long, sustained pattern of parents not taking care of their kids and teaching them better. Not just like little one-offs here and there, but a sustained pattern of bad parenting.
Oh, so it's like you're saving
Definitely
them.
is.
No, I think that's Flake being Flake. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just this moment of narrowed-eyed recognition. And you would know that a deal for the Fae is unbreakable as you hold out your hand. And Krampus slowly reaches out a massive clawed, furred hand.
A little tiny
Puts it
dwarf.
in your arm. Yeah, and just agreed. And a shake.
Excellent.
I'll still bring the toys by for you and stop by to see you, okay? So you're not all by yourself.
All three of the small Krampuses, like, eyes a little, like, wide and small smiles, and then look to Mom Krampus, who... Very well. You have...
Can I call you anything? Do you have what's your name?
Pause a bit at that, like, that's not something they normally consider. And, it's like, I was known as Omo with my siblings.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Omo. I'm Ellie.
And I'm Mabel.
I'm Flake.
Definitely is giving Mabel and Flake a little bit more of like a cold eye, but is polite. And then to you, Ellie is. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. I'm glad
You're
we could
giving me-
resolve this without violence.
Here's your. You can have one of these bags as your solstice gift, by the way. And I
Oh
put some
yeah,
light in there.
and some candy for the kids, and I'll like hand out candy to the little baby
Mm.
Krampuses.
Happy solstice.
There's a moment of like maybe even actually psychic communication, but that thing of like mom gives you a look and you know what she means is they politely take one
Aw.
and eat it because they have already been rowdy today with guests. But as the gifts are given out and the cave seems strangely warmer, the Krampus, the mom Krampus, Omo, waves their hand and the 5 cells open up and the kids are just like still sleeping in it. They don't even move. It's like they're just propped up well. And it looks like it's actually like formed to fit their sleeping like position
Also, they're
extremely
comfy.
well.
Oh, they're comfy.
Yeah, they haven't even noticed. They're not, they will not wake until dawn.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, don't want them to have any nightmares or be traumatized by being abducted. That would be awful.
They
Yeah, those aren't nice.
and there's like a long pause with Omo with this ice tea cup of, you have given me much to think about.
Oh well. I done a little wee bit of parenting in my day. I got 13 grandkids.
Almost seems like actually very respectful of that and like actually a small bow, and that is very well and good.
Oh, they're
Makes you
great.
very
Every
wise.
one of them. And the twins are real rambunctious, and it's just hilarious. Oh, and I'll like start telling stories about my grandkids.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think you spend a bit of time, I don't know, like actually connecting with this Krampus. And yeah, you, if you'll allow me to sort of end the session here. The next scene we see is dawn is actually starting to break. You started this journey after midnight. The town is busy, both still setting up the festival, but also there are several more guards at the edge of it. Sort of looking to the north, along with the mayor, blacksmith, and innkeeper, who are waiting nervously. It seems like they haven't slept a wink. As the three of you, how do you carry 5 children?
They're awake, and it's dawn, right?
Yeah. Well, they are just waking up now as dawn breaks.
So how
Okay,
were we traveling?
Sled. Can she make a sled out of branches?
Sure.
I mean, she has a thing where she can make the tools that she needs.
Yeah, you manifest woodworking tools and actually make a quite nice sled very quickly. And I think you've made this right outside the entrance of the cave. And when you're like, what am I going to use for rails? I don't have any metal. One of the small Krampuses with an ice method comes out and wave their hand, and there's ice rails that form under it.
Okay, I have levitate. That's a spell I took because it's very funny to like lift an enemy in the air because they can't move.
It's very good.
So I'll like cast like levitate on this sled to make it really easy to pull and like control with the kids on top of it.
You know
Oh,
what?
and 100%
Maybe
do
red.
that to get over, like, yeah.
Can we make our sled red?
Okay.
Oh my god.
You guys prestidigitation, right?
Yeah. So it's red.
Yeah, you can just do that with that spell. Just
And when they start
Yeah.
waking up, like I'm gonna like start singing like a
Mhm.
solstice song and try to get everybody to join in so that the villagers can hear us
Yeah.
singing the solstice song as we come in.
Like joins in immediately.
yeah, so these 3 adventurers on a bright red wooden sled with ice rails crest gently over the top of a hill, and the town cheers, honestly. They don't even need for you to get close to see that it all is well, as you bring to the small town of Snowfair the greatest gift of the holiday season of family. It's not the biggest festival you 3 have been to. You have traveled in your adventures to many great cities. But it is maybe one of your favorites in that you have turned a small town that knew of you that you visited before into part of your family. Many gifts. You are showered with food, which is the most abundant gift that is had here. The blacksmith presents to the mayor a finely wrought silver charm that has a admittedly small but beautifully cut ruby in the center. And the mayor, in turn, gives him a single peck on the cheek. He goes, again, very, very bright red.
I will make some more comments about what a catch the other one is to both of them.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. No one is fooled by the not subtlety. They know what's going on. And the twins perform their song, and the town cheers. There's actually a traveling bard who also shows up and declares that it is as good as he ever was at their age, and is going to like play with them and back them up. And it's a party, and it's warm and it's kind. And as the camera sort of zooms away from the town, it reaches the top of this mountain, and there is one very large horned form, 3 smaller ones, and wolves that sit next to them around a campfire. And their traditions are very different. It seems more solemn and almost religious, but there is warmth there too, as they look down on this small town and perhaps for the first time connect with them.
Aww.
And I think that is what we have time for today. This has been Children of Snowfair, a holiday one-shot from Neon Lights. I have quite enjoyed how this went. For the audience at home, I've already run this once personally, and it went very differently, and I love how differently it has gone every time. I would love to give credit amazing players for doing so, and in the reverse order that it happened, if you guys remember the order, I would love for you guys to give us your outro, your name, where we can find you, anything you'd like to plug, and yeah.
I think I was last time, so I think I'm first if we're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's how reverse works. Hi, I'm Danny. You could find me at Danny's Corner everywhere, or at Animated Pizza on Twitter. Don't ask why it's different. But yeah, I've been Flake. You can find me around on this channel, Neon Lights Roleplay. Every other Wednesday, I believe, starting again in maybe 2 weeks into the new year, you'll see me. As in I forgot the name. Hold on, Stardust Ghost. And yeah, besides then, I'm just hopping around, and I had so much fun. This was so cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Janie Pot 7575. I played Ellie, the salesperson. Cave to Cave salesperson.
Cave to Cave salesperson. I'm down with that.
I love it.
That's your career. And I am online at JaniePot7575. I am on this channel. I am on a lot of different channels. I just play anywhere I can because I really love it. And I am just going to say I had a lot of fun, and I want to stop talking.
Awesome. My name is Stephanie Allen. I am one half of Charm Person Games. We're a queer women-owned professional game master for hire service. You can find us at charmpersongames.com and book with us there. You can book with me or with my business partner, but you want to book with me because I'm offering 40% off on our bookings right now. So we have a lot of things offered on the website.
Whoa.
Please ask us if you don't see what you want on there, just fill out the form or message us on Twitter. It's charmpersongames singular because of character limits. But booking with me right now, I will give you 40% off of our listed prices. So definitely check that out. And I will be returning to the channel Huntsman's Hydra soon. We have a start date for season 2 of Denari's Half Dozen, our Swords of the Serpentine actual play. So I will be reprising Lady Adarin Ligorio on that soon. Starting recording in like 2 weeks, so I'm really excited to get back to that. And in the meantime, you can reach out to me on Twitter or on Discord if you're interested in having me in one of your actual plays. I am always down to run or play in something.
Well, thank you. Well, hello, Twitch, and thank you for joining us on this great adventure we've just had. My name is Tait Washburn. You can find me at Tait the Terrific on Twitter. Although what you should really do is follow this channel's Twitter, Neon Lights Roleplay. It's where we announce all the cool stuff we're going to do. It has several community members who are much better and funnier than me when it comes to social media, making jokes, and we do a bunch of fun community posts there. You should also join our Discord where we meme and stream and have a good time. It's been compared to the best 90s chat message board that you ever had, and it's very flattering to me as a community manager. You can find me, right now there's not any active games I'm in, but starting the first Monday of next month, we will be starting the game The World Within You. It is run by Vermin, who is an excellent GM. It is using a game system I'm not familiar with that I have forgotten the name of just now, but it is has similar themes to Jet Set Radio meets Persona is how Vermin has described it. So it's going to be really, really fun. I'll be a player in that. It's going to be a month of Voidheart Symphony. Thank you, Michelle, for reminding me. Michelle will also be in it. I will be playing a young punk rock kid that moves too much. Michelle will be playing a cat. It's going to be interesting. So definitely join us. There'll also be some other stuff happening the first month of the year. But I will let the people running those games announce those. It has been wonderful having you all. Happy holidays and a happy new year to everyone in chat on Twitter and in our Discord. And thank you all so much for being here. See ya.